Good evening, folks. How's it going? Tonight, I'm going to play some Heroes of the Grid. This is a game that you may or may not be familiar with if you are a regular YouTube viewer here on Geekvolution. Maybe we'll get some folks tonight that have played the game, some folks from the Facebook group for Heroes of the Grid. Welcome if you're new. Welcome if you have been here before. Welcome if you know nothing about this game or Power Rangers or anything. We're going to have a fun, relaxed evening, hopefully playing this game. I'm going to answer some questions in between turns about whatever you guys want to chat about this evening, and my setup is a little bit different today, so please excuse any weirdness as I'm dealing with newness here. But anyway, my cameras are in different places and I'm kind of having to look down because of this setup, and it's strange. Before we play the game tonight, I'm going to do some solo mode tonight, the new official solo mode written by Jonathan Ying for Heroes of the Grid. I'm really excited about it. I've looked over the rules. I may have to check back at them here and there as we go along, because I haven't tested this out yet. This will be my playtest for this, and if this goes well, I want to do more of these because it looks like a lot of fun, and I played my own version of solo mode for a long time. Played mostly with my kids, but occasionally I would try my own thing, and I've got a stream or two on the channel with that, and it went pretty well, but what Ying came up with seems a lot more fun and interesting, and I'm excited to try it. But before we get into that, I want to show you guys something really cool that I got recently that I alluded to earlier today in social media, a thing that I've been waiting to come out for a few months now and really excited about it. And if I could go back in time and show this to my younger self when I was a kid watching Power Rangers, he would just absolutely freak out. A lot of you guys know how huge of a Lord Zedd fan I am, just absolutely obsessed with this character, and particularly the look of this character. And this statue, by the way, came out last year, and it's glorious, and I love it so much. But it's been topped now by the Lightning Collection, which has been putting out these really cool Ranger helmets. Suddenly, we finally have a helmet that is not a Ranger helmet and is a villain helmet. It's actually his head. It looks a little bit grotesque. It's like we decapitated Lord Zedd, but here it is in all of its glory, the beautiful, wonderful Lord Zedd head. I can now literally be a Zedd head. DJ said that to me yesterday. I sent him the picture of this, and he was like, "Oh, you can be an actual Zedd head now, Cap." So I wanted to do a little quick review of this, and I might post this as its own video later on as well. But so far, I'm really, really happy with the production value with this thing. I can't really imagine a homemade version of this for cosplay would be very much prettier and very much more sturdy than this thing is. Maybe this could be a little, the top of his head. This pops off, by the way, and you have to fit it on when you first get it out of the box. It's not hard. It snaps in real easily and real nicely, but if I had any complaint at all about the build of this thing, it might just be that this bounces and comes off really easily. I say it's not hard to put on. I thought that might take a second, but it didn't. Other complaint right out the gate, I guess, since I'm into negative territory, is just that, as you guys noticed when I picked this up, which is why I'm mentioning it now, the button for the voice modulator is right underneath the chin, and if you've got batteries in it, it's really difficult not to accidentally turn it on every time you pick it up. I love the laugh when you turn that on. It's really fun, but the voice modulator itself is goofy. It's about what I expected it to be. Oh, you guys can probably hear it right now a little bit. Just if you're right in front of the mask or of the helmet, you can kind of hear it trying to voice modulate whatever's around it. But anyway, I'll put it on and let you see what this sounds like. It doesn't make you sound like Axelrod. I'll say that much. But anyway, this is gonna be very silly. Okay, so now I'm Lord Zedd, and I don't know how well you guys can hear this. This is just me talking in my normal voice. Now, I feel like I do a half-decent Robert Axelrod Lord Zedd impression, so I'm going to attempt now to do Lord Zedd and see if it sounds more like him with the voice modulation. I don't think it does. I think if I just do it without it, it's better, but here, let's see. Here we go. I am Lord Zedd. Identify yourself. Like, I don't know if that's any better at all. But anyway, You don't have to use the voice modulator thing. It's very silly. Like I said, it's kind of better to just put the helmet on and do your own Lord Zedd impression, I think. I see by your sniveling attitude you will serve me well. That's maybe the better way to go. But anyway, I love the visor. It's lovely. It's just the right shade of purple. Things, of course, look purple through it. So if you remember the first-person POV that you get with Lord Zedd in the show, kind of looks like that when you look through the helmet. It's great. The thing I was most shocked by with this, besides the fact that it's not too heavy and it fits nicely on the head, it's not horribly uncomfortable. It's got some padding underneath, like you would hope, that makes it not, scratch your head or just feel horribly uncomfortable. You don't have plastic rubbing up against you, so that's really nice. But the coolest thing about this to me is just what the brain looks like. Because I really thought that this was going to be like a hard plastic that was unmovable, and it is kind of brain-like. I really like the plastic they used. You can push it down without hurting it, and it's brain-like. It's cool. I love the detail in that, a couple of different colors there, and just overall, I'm super, super happy with this thing, and really want to cosplay with it at some point, because if I can get the rest of the suit built by the guy who, Pierce, one of my good friends, who built the Spawn suit for Spawn Year all those years ago. We talked about doing a Lord Zedd suit at one time, and like I said, I don't know that he or anybody else could do a much better helmet than this. So I'm part of the way there already, and I know a lot of people are gonna have this already, and if you go to a convention with it, people will know where you got it. But I don't know why anybody would mind. It's lovely. This retails about $120, so it's about $130 with tax. It's at GameStop right now. They always get the kind of more heavy-duty Lightning Collection stuff and the morphers and the helmets and things. See, just every time. And I didn't realize it was out yet. I wasn't able to find it anywhere on the internet when it was originally supposed to drop. And so I was shocked yesterday when I was at the mall and it just happened to be there, and I was like, I gotta get it now in case it runs out quick and I can't get my hands on one. So that's the easiest place, brick and mortar, locally, to find it. I don't know if other places have that or if it's just GameStop right now. But anyway, I also want to show you the box it comes in, because this is really my only other complaint about it. It undersells itself really hard. It's like, I mean, these Lightning Collection boxes are really pretty. I like it a lot. I kind of want to hang on to it. I wish I hadn't accidentally vented the top, but whatever. Anyway, what's weird about it is it looks like they put some sort of prototype on as a picture on the box that looks much lower in quality than what you get when you pull the helmet out of the box. Like, when I picked this up to buy it, I'm a Lord Zedd collector. I knew I was going to have this regardless of what the actual quality ended up being, and then I would just make a review and complain that I spent $120 on a thing that was kind of subpar. It looks subpar on the box. I don't know how well you can see that, but part of the reason I was worried about that hard, unmovable plastic is that's what it looks like on the top. Although I will say, if it glowed, I wouldn't have minded that so much. If that's if it actually did that, it might have been kind of fun to have LEDs in the top of it. But what we got, I think, is way, way better, especially for cosplay. But just look at it. Everything about it looks cheaper than what you actually get. And how backwards is that from most retail stuff, where you buy a thing and it looks wonderful on the box, and you get it open and you're like, this looks like a cheaper version of the thing you were trying to sell me. Totally backwards and really bizarre. So anyway, I highly, highly recommend this, obviously, to Power Rangers fans and big, obsessive Lord Zedd heads like I am, and I think this is the absolute coolest thing from the Lightning Collection so far. I'm super biased. Pardon me. I'm super biased with it, of course, but oh boy, is it lovely. Anyway, so bonus, quick little review for you there. Save up your money, go get one of these. It's awesome. And now I'm going to check some comments, because I see that folks are already asking things or just saying stuff. Hello folks, how's it going? Tom, $5 super chat. Cool, you got one. I was gonna send you a picture of one from GameStop. I bought a Spawn comic while there. They had Spawn comics at GameStop? Interesting. Oh, I actually mentioned that in a Captain Logan show a couple years ago. I forgot that they had announced that they were going to start having comics at their shops. I haven't actually seen that at any of the GameStops around here, so that's really interesting. I hate... I'm not a shill for GameStop, and I hate advertising on accident for them because I don't like that company. But lately, they've been the only place that's had some certain things that I go after and collect locally. And so if I can't get anything online, sometimes I have to go there. I always feel really apologetic for going into GameStop, but I will give them that they've had a lot of really nice collectibles and things apart from video games lately. Welcome, everybody. I got a few people here. Hello, AMC Comics. How you doing? Hi, John Kelling. Yeah, doesn't it, though? The Zedd head, it's so good. I want to wear it the whole time, but then you won't be able to hear me, and it might be somewhat cumbersome, so I'm not going to. But boy, do I want to do that. Tony Suarez is here. Corey G is here. Michael McAllister says, yo, such a fun game. It is. It's awesome. And we're going to go ahead and play it right now. So let me go ahead and switch cameras real quick. And hopefully we don't have any weird technical issues tonight. This was kind of odd to try to set up tonight. I was having some kind of technical issues, so bear with me if there's any problems tonight. But I've got a couple cameras on this, one on me, one on the board, and then I've duplicated the overhead camera so that you can see this closer. Hopefully seeing this twice won't be too horribly irritating. I can get rid of that other one if it is, but I just thought it might be easier to read cards if we had this here. So anyway, let's go ahead and get right into it. I'm not going to make this another tutorial video. I've done that a couple of times, so if you're not familiar with the game and you don't know how it plays, just kind of strap in and see what you can pick up as we're playing. Maybe take a look at a rule book as we go along. There's PDFs online, or you can just kind of sit back and relax and see if any of it sinks in as we go along. This will seem like a much more complicated game, I think, than it is if you've not played it before. And it's going to be weirder tonight because we're doing the solo mode thing, so the rules are a little bit different. It had to be adjusted quite a bit to be able to be played with one player. And Jonathan Ying said, I've talked about this before, that the whole point of this was always cooperative gameplay with a group and teamwork, because it's Power Rangers, so he never wanted to do a solo mode. That was never planned, and people were asking for it for a long time, and he and the company Renegade didn't feel like it went with the core idea and kind of core values, as it were, of Power Rangers. And then COVID happened, and so many people were isolated, and still are, and aren't able to as easily go to somebody's house or have people over and play a game. And so it made a lot of sense to now finally have a solo mode, so that people can still pick up the new expansions and be able to play the game on their own. And I suspect that if more people, and this is part of why I wanted to do this, I suspect if more people get wind that there is a solo mode, they might consider picking up the game, because it is hard to find people on a regular basis to play an involved thing like this with, and people that enjoy and care enough about Power Rangers to do that. I think it's a wonderful game even if you don't care about Power Rangers, but you got to get a person to a table, and then it's a commitment if you want to get very much past the original core box, which is a wonderful game all on its own, and you certainly don't have to get any more to get hours and hours of enjoyment out of just that, which is one of the things I love about this just as a product. But it is possible now to not ever play with anybody else, and remotely or otherwise, and just play on your own and keep up with everything and be able to use most everything that's in the game. So we're going to try it out tonight. So the way solo mode works is, and it's interesting that some of the components to this are similar to what I did with it with mine. You play as 3 Rangers. I did the same thing with mine, but I played with a single deck that was a 30-card deck with everything shuffled all into one. This one plays with 3 separate decks. So, and that sounds way cooler, and I never would have thought of that, where you basically play pardon plumbing sounds. You basically play solo and way and cooperative all at the same time. Where it's like, I mean, you are by yourself, but it's like you're playing with 3 rangers as one, like you would in doubles, where you move 2 rangers like they're the same. But instead of playing with a combined deck, you're also playing the ranger decks separately. So it's some kind of weird hodgepodge of those things. And anyway, I'll tell you about the other extra rules as we go along. Hopefully I remember everything, and if you've done this before, if you've come in here as a Heroes of the Grid alumnist and or veteran, I should say, and you have actually done solo mode and I miss anything, let me know. I'll be periodically taking a look at the comments, but not constantly because I've got to actually play the game. So anyway, no, Tom, I'm not simulcasting tonight. I'm just broadcasting on YouTube this evening. Michael, so stoked that you're still singing praise for this game. It deserves it. Yeah, I can't get enough of it, and I can't stop talking about how wonderful I think it is. I'm obnoxious about it. It also is a long game session too. It's hard to, yeah, it is. It's hard to find people that will stay engaged so long. My games usually last at least 2 hours. I have a hard time getting it less than 2 hours unless I suck eggs and I lose very quickly. Let's go ahead and get right into it. Finally, how long have I been rambling on now about Zedd heads and such? I can't see my my time as well. 16 minutes. Okay, well, not quite as bad as I expected. Okay, both the cameras working. All right, sweet. Here we go. So, let me tell you the Rangers that we're playing as this evening, and you guys feel free at any point to make suggestions, and I might sometimes ask you guys what you think I should do, and we can do this as sort of a group effort, a choose-your-own-adventure, if you will. So I am playing this evening as my favorite Ranger of all time. That's why I've got the tattoo. It's Gold Ranger. I'm going to be playing as Trey of Triforia, because I kind of like him better than the Jason version. And then I'm going to be playing as Jack Thomas, the Yellow Hyperforce Ranger. Give us a little bit of firepower. He's my favorite Yellow Ranger in the game, and I haven't played with him in a while. And then, of course, my favorite Ranger from when I was a kid, it is White Ranger from Mighty Morphin. And he's got Rallying Light. Hopefully that will get us some extra energy as we go along. I am a little bit concerned about energy in playing solo mode because apparently, unlike in doubles, when you play with just 2 Rangers, you don't get an extra energy in the pool when you start a battle, and I would have expected that you did. But apparently in this version, you get extra card draws when you do attacks, which is interesting, and I reread that 4 times because I didn't believe that that could possibly be how this works, but apparently it does. Again, if I'm doing any of this wrong, and you know what you're doing, let me know. Are you guys ready to get into it? Let's get started straight away. So I've already got my first deployments out. I'm just going to play with 4 deployments tonight, partly because I haven't tried solo mode yet, and so I want to treat this as kind of a newbie experience, and partly because we're playing with some slightly harder stuff tonight, and I don't know what the monsters are going to be exactly because I did some random draws with that. So we're going to be doing Zedd tonight. He tends to be pretty difficult. The Zedd head came out, so we had to do Lord Zedd tonight, if we get that far. Maybe we'll die early, maybe it'll be too late and I'll fall asleep, but we're going to see if we can get that far. And so we got Z putties and super putties, which are moderate to difficult foot soldiers. So just 4 deployment this evening. We've got 5 over at the industrial district, we've got 2 at the power plant, we've got 2 at the high school, and I'm moving all by myself. So all 3 of these guys have to go to each place at once, but I do get to play with all 3 of their Ranger abilities as far as I understand it. I don't think you have to stack one on top as you go along because you're playing with 3 decks at the same time and you have 3 separate reserve energies. So I think I'm doing that right. Well, I think we should probably just start clearing out the industrial district, so we're going to flip 1 action to move. It's real crowded over here because it is nigh panicked, but not quite, and we're going to flip, of course, to initiate. Apparently, you have to choose a ranger for to be the lead ranger, to put the token in front of, so I guess I'm going to make the lead ranger, in this case, Trey of Triforia, and you draw up to 7, but you draw however many you want from each deck to make 1 hand. So we're going to start with Gold Ranger, and I think I'm going to mostly stack that. I guess what's nice about this is as I'm drawing, Now, let me know if I'm doing this wrong, but there wasn't anything that I noticed in the rules about having to, like, well, I guess I'm not sure. Do you have to blindly draw? Is it 7 in that, like, you just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and you don't get to look at them? Or can you look at them as you draw? That's kind of a question, because I'm pretty sure that you can look at them as you draw in the regular game. I've never really thought about this before, actually. That's kind of weird. But, you know, you might draw, like, 3 and then go, maybe I want one more because you draw up to 5. I don't know the official line on that. So, yeah, if you happen to know, let me know. Now I'm getting self-conscious about that. Zeo Gold can generate some energy with his golden staff effects on his cards. Yeah, we should have some extra energy stuff going on here. I kind of wanted to see how he and Gold Ranger would play together, because I don't think I've mixed them before, or if I have, it's been a long time. AMC, are there any Wild Force or Ninja Storm Rangers in this? Those were the shows I mainly grew up with. Not yet, and I don't think those... I'm trying to remember. I don't think those shows are represented in any way yet, but they're two of the only ones that aren't. Nearly everything has at least a ranger or a monster or a boss in the game so far. Anyway, let's go ahead and just start drawing. I really don't... I apologize for the wait, but I am going to... for the delay, but I'm going to just double check and see if there's anything for sure about that, about how the drawing works. Hold on. Well, let me... what is going on with my phone here? Okay. Draw cards until you have a hand of up to 7 cards. So yeah, I mean, if you're putting them in your deck, I would think that you could look at them. So let's go ahead and just start with Gold Ranger. We got a Golden Guard. We got a Golden Power Staff. Sweet. So we've already started with a heavy hitter. Maybe I should go to one of the others now, since we've already got a heavy hitter. Cryus Cannon from Jack. Let's do one more from him. Headbutt. And then a Guardian Armor from Tommy. A Fainting Slash. And let's do one more gold. A Lightning Rod. Yes, my favorite card in the whole game. Alright, this is going to be really interesting. Playing with a hand made up of cards from 3 Rangers, but the Rangers themselves are playing separately. And let's go ahead and put out... I guess I should have done this in the first place, but let's go ahead and put out our putties. So we have 5 Z putties. Of course, we can only play with 4 at a time. And let's see what we're dealing with, shall we? Alright, we have a self-destruct. I don't know how well you guys can see that. I wasn't able to put it quite directly above the table. I'm going to see if I can do a better job of that next time. Maybe next time I should flip these so that this is here. Z-Shield, Fierce Strike, and Z-Shield. Okay. So self-destruct, of course, is passive. Each time a Z-Putty Patrol card, a Putty Patroller card, including this one, is defeated, you deal 2 damage. So we get the first turn, nothing's fast, and the first card is passive, which means it would be a good time for a maneuver if we wanted to use one. And I think, and also, interestingly, we're going to have separate discard piles for each of our decks. So I might want to set this up slightly differently, actually. Let's put the Lead Ranger token there. Let's put our action tokens over here, and then we'll put our discard piles up here. Okay. So I'm going to play Guardian Armor. I'm going to gain 2 energy. Where? One second, folks. I seem to be missing energy tokens. Where are my energy tokens? That's weird. Usually everything is right here. I'm not using them all. Where is everything? I don't know what happened. Okay, I need just a minute, folks. Hold on. I can't believe I didn't notice this before we started, but I've got... Oh, they're just flipped upside down. I apologize, folks. I'm a little bit nervous doing this because it's brand new and I haven't tried it before. So I just had a bizarre brain freeze. Pardon me. Okay, so we're going to put 2 energy in the pool. And we're going to go after... that Z shield. So the passive resolves because we played a maneuver, and we can put this on top of our deck instead of discarding it. And now we're going to go after that Z shield. Once again, I will look at comments again after this battle. So my first instinct usually is to go ahead with the lightning rod. That's a cost 1. That's a 2 dice attack with 1 direct damage. And with Trey's ability, I can resolve the Gold Ranger ability to deal even another extra damage. So it usually is great against 3s. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, I think. Pay 1 energy. I'm going to throw 2 dice. And I've got all 3 colors of dice out tonight for the Rangers that we're playing with. So here's my gold dice. And we hit it for 2, and 1 more immediate damage goes on it, and then I can use the Gold Ranger ability to put even 1 more damage on a different card, and that is going to go on, I guess, just the very next putty card. So that's Fierce Strike. So Z Shield is dead. I didn't put the damage on it because I killed it right away, but it's dead, and then that resolves. And now it's my turn again, so I get to go after that Fierce Strike if I want to. And apparently, if you play an attack, like I said, you can draw a card from another deck if you want to. I think I'm in decent enough shape right now. I'm not going to do that. If you did it every time, you'd run out of cards too quickly. So it seems like a bad strategy to constantly do that unless you really need to. So for right now, that's how I'm going to play it. Fainting Slash is not a bad idea. Cryus Cannon does adjacent damage, so maybe we should do that. Cryus Cannon is a 1 energy attack. I'm going to throw 3 dice. And if it defeats Fierce Strike, if I get lucky, it's 3 dice to a... Well, I say lucky. I only have to hit it for 2, so there's a good chance. Then I get to deal damage to the Z Shield right next to it. And I only hit it for 1. Unfortunately. Man, I got a little cocky there. I thought we were going to be in good shape, but did not work out that way. Okay, so the Fierce Strike is going to resolve. It's going to hit me for 4 damage. And because we're playing with 3 separate decks, I'm going to have to choose 1 Ranger to take that damage. But I'm going to play Golden Guard, which is a reaction. Play this card when any Ranger suffers damage to reduce that damage by 2. You know, maybe I should have drawn, since I just did that attack, a card. I think I will. I think I'm going to take a Gold Ranger card from before. So anyway, play this card when any Ranger suffers damage to reduce it by 2. And the Gold Ranger ability is move 1 hit token from an enemy card of your choice to another enemy card. Do I want to do that? Maybe that's not a bad idea. Maybe go ahead and put that on that Z Shield so that it's really easy to take out, and then I can work my way backwards. And then I've only got to take 2 damage. So who's going to take it? I think White Ranger is in the best shape right now, so I'll have him take it. And he's got 3 shields. Can you guys see... I don't think you guys can see down here the cards that are in my discard pile, but that's maybe not a big deal. Let me know if for some reason you really need to be able to see that much of this, and I'll try to swivel the camera a little bit. But anyway, so Golden Armor is going to go on the bottom of my deck because it has 3 shields, and I only took 2 shields worth of damage. And now we're going to go after that Z Shield. Do we want to use a reserve energy? I don't think so. I think I'm just going to do a headbutt from... Yeah, you guys can't see the attacks I'm playing right now. I guess I could put them out here so you can see what the cards are. I'll do that for now. I'll try to remember to do that, guys. So headbutt is 2 dice stack. So I'm gonna throw 2 yellow dice at the Z shield. Hope I don't have a crappy roll. Yeah, hit it for 2. Can't use the other one for anything, but I took it out, and the Z putty resolves. So we have taken. I should have done this already. I totally forgot about this passive. So we actually have to take 2 damage twice to backtrack because I forgot to take some damage. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'll use White Ranger again. I lost a flash kick, and then I'll do a second to damage. Saba Slash does not get discarded. So that goes on the bottom of my deck. And then I'm going to take my 2 Z putties that I killed and put them on the track, which I should have done already. Okay. I need to take out 1 more if I can, although it's probably not that big of a deal if I don't. I'll have to go back in and fight 3 more. Let's go for this armor blow and just see if we get lucky that we take out that self-destruct. So I'm going to discard armor blow. I'm used to my discard pile being over here. And then I'm going to throw 2 gold dice. And nothing. Nada. Goose eggs. Okay, so I killed 2. That goes there. And that could have been worse. It could have been better. We're going to shuffle these back in. Well, welcome once again, everybody. I hope you are having a good time so far. I certainly am. It's kind of nice talking everything out while you're doing this. It's easier to not make mistakes. There's a couple of things that I almost did that I probably didn't just because I was telling everybody what was happening. Gotta color commentate my own game. AMC, I'd probably want to go with Magna Defender, one of the ones in the game so far. I've only played with him a couple times, but I like him quite a bit. Corey G, Magna Defender is in an ally pack, and Titanium is in another ally pack, but the core Rangers from those seasons are not out yet. Oh, yes, good call. But those, yeah, those are not exactly Rangers, well, Titanium is, but are, yeah, allies from those 2 shows that represent them so far in this game, but still nothing from Wild Force or Ninja Storm. Folks are talking about, and yeah, like I said, I'll happily answer questions. I kind of quickly do some rapid fire in between turns, so maybe, you know, 1 or 2. If anybody has stuff, I kind of like chat so far, but if there's something that you really want to talk about Power Rangers wise or otherwise, let me know. It'd be cool if we kept it kind of light tonight, but whatever you want to chat about is great. AMC Comics, Captain Chat, what Power Rangers video games have you played and what are your favorites? I've played nigh everything, I think, at least from Mighty Morphin era, of course, and all the recent stuff. There's a couple things in between there during like the Disney era and stuff that I never tried, like the big Megazord, the Megazord game for Dino Thunder that was on GameCube and I think maybe PS2 I played, and it's not great. So there's a couple things like that from that era that I've not looked at, but my favorite overall is still probably the Super Nintendo Megazord Fighter. I love it so much. I love the energy of that game. I love the look of that thing. It plays like a Capcom fighter, and it's simple but effective, and I really like everything about that one. It'd be nice if the roster was a little bit bigger, but other than that, like, honestly, like, I like Battle for the Grid, and I appreciate that they're still putting more characters in that game. I wish it had started with more, but the roster is starting to make a little bit more sense size-wise. But anyway, I still would have been even more, probably more stoked, and it would have been a bigger deal to me if we had gotten just the Super Nintendo fighter again with a way bigger roster. I don't know, the kind of Marvel versus Capcom of it all with Battle for the Grid is fun, but a little bit tedious. Those matches just go on for days on end. Like, I kind of wish there was a mode in that where you could play with just one ranger at a time, and it didn't have to be and maybe there is, but I don't think there is. I haven't played that in a while, but where it's got to be the kind of tag style game. But anyway, that's my favorite. Okay, let's go ahead and go back in there again. So I'm going to flip to initiate. And I think lead ranger this time will be white because I have discarded the fewest cards for him. And let's go ahead and put out our energy. I can't believe I thought I just lost my energy tokens. I'm not used to seeing them flipped over like that. By the way, these are the Covenant tokens, which are not made anymore. Unfortunately, they're lovely. I wish somehow this is what the game always came with, and I get messages about this all the time on the Heroes of the Grid Facebook group. People are like, "Oh, where do you get those? They're awesome. Like, what even is that?" And I'll tell them about it, and then have to kind of break it to them that you can't get those anymore. And I got really lucky that I got mine because I bought out a collection when I started this that just the guy happened to have those. He was all in on this. Actually, the reason I started sleeving all of my cards by color is because he had them that way. So the collection I got was just kind of tailor-made for that. It had all the colors of dice so far, and 6 of them. And so I just got really lucky with that. This was a $50 set originally when it came out, and I don't know that I would have spent that much on it. So I got really lucky that I've got it. And it's the only tokens I use because I like the sounds that they make. And they look really nice on the board, and the panic tokens are huge, and I like everything about it. Anyway, so let's go ahead and put out our Z putties, and we've got 3 of them. We can clear out the industrial district here. I'm excited to find out what monster we end up with first. Okay, self-destruct, Z shield, and Z shield. Weird that we keep getting that self-destruct out first. I did shuffle, I promise. Got to remember to take my extra damage this time. All right, drawing up to 7, and I think we will take the full 7. Let's take 1 from here, 1 from here. 6, and another gold. Okay. Let's go ahead and play Guardian Armor again. Gain 2 energy. Put that on top of the deck. We're just playing the exact same hand from last time so far. Then the self-destruct is going to resolve. Nothing happens because it's passive. Now I have some extra energy. Did I actually do that right last time? Where we even put the extra energy out there? I think I did. If not, it's no big deal because we didn't actually use any reserves, so it wouldn't have changed anything really. So we played a maneuver, so that's why they resolve next, and now it's my turn. Maybe it's not smart doing that because I'm kind of wasting a turn on it, but I so rarely get to play maneuvers without really needing an attack to go with it. So that's just a novelty for me right now. I don't get passives out the gate like that very often. Fainting Slash. I know that's what Jason would play. I'm going to go ahead right off with my heavy hitter, I think, because it'll be fun. So let's play the Golden Power Staff. That is 3 energy. We're just going to go real overkill here with Gold Ranger. We don't need 6 dice. We don't have to throw that much. Or on the floor. We don't need all of this nonsense right now, but we're going to do it. You know why? Because he's my favorite. Okay. Let's throw 6 gold dice at a Z shield. That self-destruct, of course, is guarded, so we would need to take that out to attack it anyway. And 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Z shield is quite dead. And that allows me to resolve the Gold Ranger ability on any card in my discard pile. And that's going to be a damage to an enemy card of my choice per Lightning Rod. This was Golden Power Staff, by the way. I forgot to put it out there to show you guys. And we're going to put a damage on the Z shield. This one resolves. I just got to hit it for 2. I need more attacks. I probably should have drawn doing that with that last one. But they've resolved now, so I'm not going to keep cheating, I guess. Let me think. I'm going to do Inspiring Presence. So that's a maneuver that lets me gain an energy, and then another ranger can immediately play a card. So in this case, with solo mode, another ranger really does mean another ranger. So I wouldn't be able to play a gold ranger card right now, but I could play a white or a yellow. So I'm going to now do Fainting Slash. That is a 1 energy attack. I'm going to throw 3 white dice. Finally, a white ranger gets into the fray at the Z shield. If you roll any blank results during this attack, return this card to your hand instead of discarding it. And I just mutilated the Z shield, hit it for 4. So that's gone. That resolves. I didn't throw any blank results, so Fainting Slash goes in my discard pile. And I have 1 shot at taking out that self-destruct. If you had just 1 shot, so I'm going to waste a bunch of cards, I guess. I was going to draw, and I forgot to draw. It's not a big deal, because it's probably good that I'm not wasting a lot of cards. So, Inspiring Presence, again, I'm going to gain an energy. I'm going to discard that. I'm going to play Jack's Blade Blaster, and that I'm going to spend 2 energy to deal 2 direct damage to the self-destruct, and I took them all out. There we go. So these guys go on the track. I always forget to do that as we go along. And we have taken out the Industrial District. There we go! No fuss, no muss. Alright, I'm feeling good about it. I've got enough action now to go to 1 more area and initiate. So that is probably what I'll do. And hopefully we're not in bad enough shape that I'm going to feel the need to do any powering up yet or recovery. Well, let's see what you guys are saying in the chat right now. We're between turns again. Come on, phone, work with me. John Ty, would you ever do a Superhero Rewind top 10 episodes for Dino Thunder? Yeah, I want to do something on that show. It would probably be just an overview as opposed to a top 10, but I would mention my favorite episodes in that. I haven't done the top 10 Rewind thing in a long time. I've been kicking around doing an off-the-cuff one for that show or another Power Ranger show since I don't have time to write right now. But I do want to do something on that. If anybody else has a question or a topic you want to bring up while we're in between turns, feel free. Yeah, Corey, I do the same thing with all the grid titles with Power Rangers, where I'll say Battle for the Grid when I mean Heroes for the Grid and vice versa, and then you have Shattered Grid, and you know that if Shattered Grid, because all of this is because Shattered Grid was weirdly popular for like 5 minutes, and I think that the phone game would have exactly the same thing back in 2017 if Shattered Grid had come out already, or if the hype was already real for that. Because that game is called Legacy Wars, and I very often forget what the name of that game is, and I'm racking my brain going, which grid is it? It's not a grid, it's Legacy Wars. Alright, so, let's go ahead and flip an action and take all 3 of our guys over to... I guess it doesn't really matter, so let's go to the high school. We'll flip to initiate. And right now, I think I'm going to, just for the sake of variety, give Lead Ranger to Jack Thomas. And then we've got to get our energy in the pool. We are 1 away from a Zord. So we've got the, in the pile right now, I've got the 3 Zords for the Rangers that we're playing with, and then 2 totally random Zords. Out of everything that exists in the game, and I'm current, I'm 100%. So anything could pop up. It could, at this point, it could be Ninja Zords, it could be, it could be Beast Morpher Zords, it could be anything. And then, we've got to get out 2 Super Putties. Some variety now. A little bit of diversity in our putties. Let's see who comes out. So we got a regrow. Deploy 1 super putty to this location, and another regrow. Okay, well, not the biggest deal in the world if either of those were to not get killed, but they're only health 2, so I should be in good shape. Gold Ranger is running a little bit low on cards, so it looks like this is going to be a Tommy and a Jack game. Let's see how we're doing here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to want 1 more card. Do I want to take 1 Gold Ranger card? I think I do. Good call. You know why? Everybody say it with me. Lightning Rod. Okay, so let's go ahead and throw the Lightning Rod, because it lets me be extremely lazy. There's actually no reason to even throw dice. Well, there is, but I'm going to kill it. We don't have to wonder if I'm going to kill it, is, I guess, the point I'm making. So once again, Lightning Rod. 1 energy attack. I'm going to throw 2 dice at regrow. Kabams. I hit it for 1, and it gets also 1 direct damage. I keep wanting to turn this to show this camera, but that camera can't see unless I do this. I wonder if you can read that. Can you read that? There's not any glare on it, so that's good. Okay, so that kills the regrow, and it lets me put 1 additional direct damage on a enemy card of my choice. And I'm going to pick the other one that's there. So there's the regrow, and we get a Zord. See, I remembered it this time. Okay, so we have filled up the track. Let's take our Z putties still over here and see what our Zord is. Okay, so these are also randomized. I put them in no particular order. So let's see what Zord comes out. We have Pyramidas, a really good Zord to start with, and my absolute favorite Zord in the game. Again, I'm biased with Gold Ranger, but it also is a really, really useful Zord because it gives you a little bit of everything, and you'll see that real soon. I actually could go ahead and use it right now, I guess, if I wanted to. Well, no, I would have to let regrow hit me on purpose, which I'm not going to do. I'm having a hard time deciding where Zords are going to go tonight, because I'm kind of... This takes up more space than I'm used to. Oh, you know what? Also, I haven't been using our Ranger abilities besides trays at all, because I'm used to my Rangers being here. I'm going to put these... I'm going to mix this up a little bit. Give me a second. Let me put these out so I can read them better. I could have used Rallying Light earlier. I haven't had energy difficulties, though, so no harm, no foul, really. Okay. So let's just put our Zords over here. Too many dice. I don't need to be playing with, 18 dice right now, but it's fun, so... do you begrudge me? Surely not. What does Jack do again? I forget. Each time you suffer damage before revealing any cards for defense, you may choose a card from your hand and put it on top of your deck. I forgot about that. And that's not a strategy I'm great at, so I always forget to use that kind of thing. But it is, of course, really helpful because it keeps you from dying as quickly. So anyway, let me go ahead and take out this regrow. I just need to hit it for 1. Oh, I had a flash kick, and I didn't even realize it. Let's see. Let's see. Well, I got a headbutt. I guess I'll use that. So let me throw 2 dice at regrow. And that's just going to be a basic 2 dice attack right now, because nothing is guard. And I hit it for 1, which is all I needed. So regrow is dead. And that goes on the track. So, being that I'm just by myself moving around 3 Rangers, it would have been literally impossible to take out the whole board first time out. But we got as close as we could, and you can tell that we're playing with some firepower here. We're like Nintendo Power. We're playing with power. All right, that is the end of our first round, our first deployment. Let's see how much time I've wasted prattling on. Almost an hour, of course. Of course I have. Well, you know what? I got a Zedd head review in there, and I'm also playing a mode I'm not used to, so that's why. I'm going to go with that. It's not because I'm talking a lot and saying nothing. It can't be that reason. Corey G, I almost forgot there was a Time Force Game Boy Advance game that I used to play all the time when I was younger. Great for long car rides. Yeah, I never played that. I wasn't a handheld kid. You know, the first handheld I ever had was a Nintendo DS. Isn't that crazy? I mean, I grew up with video games in Sega and Super Nintendo, but and I mean Sega and Nintendo all the way up. I had a Sega Saturn, I had a Dreamcast. I mean, I was a big Sega guy, but I was also a big Nintendo guy, and I just never got into the handheld thing. I think both of my sets of parents, my parents were divorced. I think they both kind of had the sense, the feeling of I'm gonna get you one console at a time, and you don't also need a handheld. You don't really need it on trips and to play in cars and stuff. Thanks, Tom. Glad you're enjoying it, man. McCad, welcome. There's another name I don't recognize. One day I use master mode deployment cards to use any foot soldiers I want in a game. Oh, that's a fun idea. Yeah, I mean, this thing is so customizable, and you can house rule this thing to death and do all kinds of really cool, fun things with it. I mean, you know, in a perfect world, I'd be playing as Lord Zedd because I love him so much. I mean, hail Lord Zedd. Like, really, I worship at the altar of the almighty Lord Zedd. But to play this game, I have to be the good guys, and the only way I can play as Lord Zedd, sort of, is if we were playing Mastermind mode, and there's no possible way to do that solo. Okay, let's go ahead and do our next deployments, and if anybody has a fun question or topic that you want to bring up, we will deal with it between turns. Again, let's go ahead and do, I tell you what, let's go ahead and do deployments, and since we're at nearly an hour, and I've been talking a long time, I think I'm going to take just a real quick break, and then come back and do some more of the game for you. Alright, so, we're going to have to flip all of our actions back over. I'm excited about the monster coming out and beating it so that I can get an extra action token. Hopefully I've been playing this right so far. I think I've pretty much got the hang of it so far. Dying and stuff is different, and we'll see what happens when we get there, but I'm not going to get into that yet. We'll see. Surely I'll start really sucking eggs at some point, and we'll have to deal with it. Maybe not. Maybe we'll get lucky. Like I said, pretty powerhouse team here I've got. So let's go ahead and put out our next 4. Just make sure I did this right. Yeah, looks like I'm right. So 1 Super Putty. The monster comes out first, and it's Ranger Slayer. Jeez, okay. So, I totally randomized monsters simply based on stuff that I had painted and table ready. Not that I'm the best painter in the world. Some of this is, I'll admit, a little bit shoddy, but at least there's color on it and it's ready to be on the table. The foot soldiers are not all done. So you're looking at supers that are primed gray, and that's it. But I've got to use them. Otherwise, everything else we're going to use tonight is table ready. I'm actually going to have to go get Ranger Slayer, so I'll do that during the break. I'll just have to remember where she's supposed to go. So a Super Putty, and help me remember in case I forget, but a Super Putty and Ranger Slayer go to the Industrial District. And then 2 Super Putties go to the high school. I feel like you could make a children's book out of this game. And then 2 Super Putties went to the high school. We are all just chilling out at the high school here. I really wish that Ranger Slayer had gone there, but, you know, whatever. 2 supers at the dockyard. In case you haven't watched the channel before and you're not familiar with my layout down here, the reason I have to go get figures is because my Heroes of the Grid stuff is actually all the way on the other side of the bunker, and we usually play Power Rangers, my kids and I, on the other side of the room, but my office and my stream setup is here, so I had to, this table is kind of portable, so I had to take this table and bring it over here, right in my office. And then, so 2 supers at the dockyard. Did I do that? At the power plant. Really heavy with the supers. Let me make sure, of course, and panic that. It'll be easier to remember where that went since I, you know, put the panic token out. And then 2 Z's at the power plant. Nothing else is panicked, so that's nice. So I think what we'll probably do is kill these 2 supers and then head on over to the industrial district. And I'll have to decide if I want to waste any actions to recover anybody. I probably will do that, I'm thinking. Because it's going to be harder to afford dying playing in this mode, I think. That's my guess. Okay, folks, I'm going to take about a 3 to 4 minute break here. Go get something to drink, and I will see you guys in just a couple of minutes. If anybody comes in while I'm gone and is wondering why they're looking at this weird setup with nobody in it and talking, just let them know that I'm on a break, and I'll be right back. All right, folks, I'm back, and we're going to take out a couple of super putties and then head on over to the monster. Oh, I forgot Ranger Slayer. Hold on. She can be tough, but she's definitely one of my favorite monsters in the game, and was my absolute favorite, or real close to my favorite, to paint. Maybe on par with Zedd and a couple other things. So, here's my Ranger Slayer, if you can see her. Alright, so, let's take out these supers, folks. Once again, really cool of you guys to come on in and hang out with me while I play this game tonight. I left one in the pool from last time, so I'll just leave it in there. And I need to stay right where I'm at, so I'm going to flip to Initiate. Do I want to recover, actually, before I do that? Anybody? I think I'm going to recover... Yeah, let's go ahead and recover gold. I don't know how smart that is. Let me think. Let me do some math real quick, because if I recover gold, and we flip to Initiate, I've used 2. Then I have to move and flip again, and that gives me 1 more in case we don't beat Ranger Slayer, but then I've still got all those guys over at the power plant. It might be smarter to risk dying, I guess, but I've only got 3 Gold Ranger cards left. Okay. I don't know if this is smart, just as far as the deployments go. But I'm not going to get overrun with 4 if I can take out this and the Industrial District, I don't think. So, let's try. Hopefully this isn't stupid. And if you think I'm being an idiot, feel free to let me know. So I'm going to go ahead and flip to recover before initiating. I've flipped both of those now. So we're going to... I wish I could afford to go into the command center right now, but I can't. So what do I want? Lightning Rod, certainly. Let's see. Do I need my Golden Power Staff that badly? Is a question. Yeah, let's go ahead and take it, and then an Inspiring Presence would be good. We'll stack those 2. Oh, you know what? I think the rules said when you recover with this mode, you're supposed to shuffle instead of stacking your deck. I don't know why, but I remember it saying that, so I'm going to do with that. I'm not sure what the purpose of that is. Unless that changed in the regular rules, where you shuffle every time and you don't get to stack your deck, and I don't know about it. If anybody knows about that, let me know, in case I'm doing that incorrectly. Okay, so let's go ahead and fight these supers. We have just 2. Shouldn't be too difficult. Who am I going to give my lead ranger to? I guess Gold Ranger. I'll just put it on his card. That'll be good. You guys can't see that, but that's what I did. Okay, here we go. Swarm Attack. Swarm Attack. Ew. 2/3 is... That's not what you want. Well... I hate that because I'm used to stacking my deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I didn't get what I thought I was, or what I was hoping I'd get. Anyway, okay. So, Flying Tiger. Let's go ahead and do a Flash Kick. Play this card before the first turn of a battle. Roll 2 dice. Deal that much damage to the enemy card. The first enemy card in the sequence. And I hit it for 2. Lovely. So that basically gives you an extra attack before you even do your initial attack. It's a lovely card. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and do... Yeah, this will be good. This will be good. Okay, so Flying Tiger. 2 dice attack, 0 cost. I'm going to throw that at Swarm Attack. Big money, no whammies. So I killed the Swarm Attack. And then, after you resolve this attack, you can spend an energy to allow another Ranger to immediately play a card with an energy cost of 0. Actually, do I even really need to do that? I think I should, to be able to do it out of turn. Yeah, so I'm going to pay 1 energy And I'm going to, again, I got to use a different Ranger's card now. So I'm going to do an Armored Blow. Hopefully you guys can see that. 2 dice attack. 2 Swarm attack. And I hit it for 1. That's alright, because that was extra. Ranger of your choice may draw 1 card. From that Ranger may then choose a card from their hand and place it on top of their deck. Kind of like what Jack Thomas does when you reveal for damage. So, let's see. Who do I want to draw a card? And it says a Ranger, not another Ranger. Let's go ahead and... do we want to risk a Gold Ranger card right now? Let's take another white. And that Ranger may choose a card from their hand and play it on top of their... place it on top of their deck. Okay, so I'm going to put Saba's I-Beams on top of my deck. Sweet! And now, this Super Putty resolves, and we're going to go after that Swarm attack. If you have any cool questions or topics you want to talk about briefly in between turns, now's a good time. I'm about to finish this one up. Is it going to be Fainting Slash? It's going to be Fainting Slash. My kids love that card. Once again, if I roll any blanks during this attack, I put it in my hand instead of discarding it. And I hit it for 4, you guys. And I did hit throw a blank as well, so I get to put it in my hand. And that went swiftly. Fantastic. Okay, halfway to our second Zord. And if we go kill Ranger Slayer, we'll get a second Zord even before that finishes. And another action token. Alright, let's see what folks are saying in the chat right now. Welcome, welcome. If you're just arriving, super late into the evening. Terminator 2 wants to know what time it is here. It is 11:15 p.m. Corey G, my last solo game, I ran Mighty Morphin Green, Mighty Morphin Pink, and Zeo Gold. Okay, so you're real in line with the kind of characters I like to play with, it sounds like. All 3 of those are mainstays for me. He says, I thought it was a really well-balanced team. That sounds really good. I could have seen easily going for that. In fact, I almost did 2 of your 3, because I did Zeo Gold tonight, and I nearly did 1 of the pinks. It might have been Mighty Morphin, it might have been Rebel Ranger Slayer. I like her a lot. I like running all pink teams sometimes. They complement each other really well. Terminator 2 also wants to know why I'm not playing with Jason or someone else. Well, it's super late at night, and I wanted to try solo mode, and I wanted to show folks that this game could be played by yourself, and I thought it would be fun to do a... honestly, this is just a thing that I haven't got to do enough of lately that I want to spend more time with, because it's a big, big hobby of mine, and I have such a little time right now. Me and the kids don't get to play this very often during the day, because I'm constantly taking care of our twin girls and babies, and so what little free time I get is well after everybody goes to bed, and I have to spend a lot of that time working on stuff for videos, so I'm kind of combining those 2 things right now and being, honestly, a little self-indulgent so that I can get some content out, but also do stuff I really want to do. This is what I really want to do right now, and I know that the majority of the channel, that's not what they're here for, but if I can get a little bit of content out of it, I want to do it, because I'm going to just kind of drive myself insane if I spend all my time working or taking care of girls. This is fun for me, and I can kind of have my cake and eat it too a little bit. Hang out with you guys while I'm doing this. McCad, remember in solo mode when you use a combat card, you can draw a new card from a different ranger. Yeah, I keep kind of forgetting that in the moment, but I'm also worried about doing it too often and running out of cards too fast. So I imagine I'll do that more going up against Ranger Slayer. Feel free to remind me in case I forget. Thank you. AMC Cap, again, also chat. What are some animated superhero shows that you've missed out on and would most like to circle back to and cover? That's a spectacular question. I think about this all the time because there's a lot of stuff that I never got around to looking at or that I've gone back and looked at just, a little bit. People are constantly asking me to watch and talk about the Teen Titans show from the mid-2000s, and the couple times I've looked at that, I haven't gotten real excited about it, but the animation is awesome. So yeah, that's a show I need to spend some time with. I'm really curious about the Legion of Superheroes show, which nobody ever talks about. And the couple of people I have heard say anything about that say it's really good, but I never hear anything about that. So it's is that worth looking at? The Marvel animes. I watched the first episode of the X-Men one and liked it a lot just a few weeks ago, and I haven't gone back to that yet. I was thinking about doing an off-the-cuff rewind on that, and then life happened, and I haven't gotten back to that show. But yeah, so there's a couple, but yeah, there's lots of stuff like that. Okay, let's go ahead and flip to move. Take all three of my guys over to the Industrial District. It is weird, I meant to say this earlier, that solo mode is a scenario, because the first set of 10 or 12 scenarios were kind of a broad overarching plot or story, if you like, sort of, kind of, and it made a lot of sense to play them all together in a row, and I haven't done that yet. I've thought about doing that for some streams even. And then I haven't played any of the scenarios after that. They must have gotten away from that concept a little bit, because it would be really weird if you were playing all the scenarios in order, and then you get to solo mode, and it's okay, everybody has to drop out except for me. I'm gonna play this, you guys just watch, this is the next scenario. It should have been just a rule set, but they've tried really hard to keep, and I think they've succeeded at getting those out monthly. And I bet the whole idea is that Jonathan Ying and those guys just didn't have time to do a new set of rules and playtest all of that, and also get a scenario out that month. So they went, okay, well, we're not going to miss our scenario deadline, so we'll just make it as a scenario. Maybe the other thing was, I just thought of this, because I haven't heard Jonathan talk about this. I bet it was also, let's not do a mode that we're showcasing in another set you have to buy, since part of the idea was we're trying to make the game easier for people to play during COVID. So maybe the notion was, because we've had things like Legendary Ranger mode and other things that you kind of have to buy a set before you can get the instructions to see how it works. I mean, yeah, you could, illegally download a PDF or whatever, but technically the idea is when you buy a box that has new gameplay elements, new rules in it, part of what you're getting with that expansion is that. And so they were probably thinking that shouldn't be part of an expansion, that should just be a thing that we give to the players already. I hadn't thought of that before. But anyway, let's go ahead and do this. Putting in, I see there's a super chat, I'll take care of that after this turn. So thank you very much. 2 energy in the pool. This needs to go up to 1, by the way. And then we've got to get out Ranger Slayer's cards. So let me grab her. This will take just a minute. Of course, I didn't know who exactly we'd be dealing with tonight, so I made a box of just everything that I've painted. I really hope we don't get Evil Robot Tommy tonight. I'm so sick of him. When we do random draws, he shows up constantly, and I don't know why. My son Freddie thinks it's funny, so whenever I let him pick, he picks Evil Robot Tommy on purpose, because he knows it drives me nuts. He thinks that's hilarious. Hopefully we can get him on a stream again soon. He loves playing this game, and especially on camera. And he did the Captain Logan show with us the other day, which was fun. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I just want to make sure I've got all of her cards. All right, here we go. So for a monster, you got to put out 4 cards. Thunder Kick is fast. I haven't done this in forever. Suppressing shots. Slingshot is fast, goes to the front. And another slingshot, fast, goes to the front. And then she has 1 lowly Super Putty. I don't know why I pulled out a figure. What am I doing? Swarm Attack. Okay, I would really like Fast Kick right now. That would be fantastic. See what I got going on here. I just don't want to run out of cards for anybody. So 4. Man, 2 Protect and Serves here. I forgot that Jack had energy gaining abilities too. God, it's just all about energy right now with this team. I forgot I put Saba's Eye Beams on top. I should have pulled that. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, Gold Rush. That's better. This is not the hand I want going into this. But again, luckily, when I play a combat card, I can draw something. So, I won't forget this time, probably, because I don't like this hand very much. Slingshot is fast, and I don't have Flash Kick. Did I say Fast Kick earlier? I was really hoping for Flash Kick, but not so much. So Slingshot is going to resolve first. And, oh wait, I didn't pick a lead ranger. I need to do that. I'll just leave it with Jack, I guess. I'm nervous, you guys. Roll 4 dice, deal that much damage to the ranger with the fewest cards in their deck. And that right now is gotta be Gold Ranger, right? Yes, it is. Okay. So I guess I'll throw 4 gold dice to see if Gold Ranger dies in the middle of this. That would suck. Like a lot. 4. I thought it was going to be 2 the way that was spinning, but it didn't work out that way. Let's see if I have any mitigators. Oh yeah, I've got Golden Guard. So that's good. Alright. Play this card when any ranger suffers damage to reduce it by 2. So I only have to take 2 from Gold Ranger. That's good. I lose an Inspiring Presence. And Golden Power Staff goes on the bottom of my deck. Good to know where that is. I was hoping I'd draw it, though. Okay, let's go for Slingshot. This is going to be an endurance run tonight, guys. I am exhausted. I'm hoping to find a second win here in a minute. But I'm having fun. I'm really excited. I'm having a blast doing this with you guys. Okay, how am I going to deal with that Slingshot? Because I don't want that to happen again. I don't have anything real foolproof right now. It's a bunch of, it's a couple of 3 dice attacks is really all I've got. I don't have any cool tricks up my sleeve. I guess I can play Protect and Serve. You know what? I'm going to roll time backwards a little bit. I'm going to put another energy in the pool. I'm going to put Golden Power Staff back on top. And then I'm going to put... What was it? It was Inspiring Presence that I lost. So I'm going to put that on the bottom of my deck. So at least I've got a little bit heftier deck there for Gold Ranger. I think Feigning Slash or Gold Rush is about all I could do. Gold Rush would get me something back out of my discard pile and shuffle it back into a deck of one of these guys. Feigning Slash puts this back in my hand. Let's do Gold Rush. 1 energy. Throw in 3 dice. At Slingshot. And I only hit it for 2. Choose a card from your discard pile. Put it back in your deck. Everybody say it with me. Lightning Rod. Gotta shuffle that. Okay. So build that back up a little bit. And now we might be tied, actually, fewest cards in their deck. I've got 4 for Hyperforce Yellow, and I've got 4 for Gold Ranger. I'm not sure how you... I don't think you have to do anything special to pick. I think you just pick one. I know, though, that Golden Power Staff is in here, and... Let me think. Well, because I'd like to draw it. I'm gonna go ahead and do that with Hyperforce Yellow, I think. So Slaying Shot resolves... Oh, you know what? I played an attack, so I get to draw a card. I better go ahead and do that. And that gets me a Lightning Rod, so that's good. And then I'm gonna resolve Slaying Shot, 4 dice... Oh, wait. If I draw that, though, then it goes after Gold Ranger, doesn't it? You know what? That's okay, because I want the Lightning Rod. We'll take the risk. I threw yellow dice, but I am going to do this to Gold Ranger. So that's going to hit Gold Ranger for 3. I'm going to lose Golden Power Staff, aren't I? Oh, no, it's another Lightning Rod. I'm not keeping very good track of this. And, Lightning Rod and Inspiring Presence. Did I have any mitigators? Yeah. I'll play another Protect and Serve. Another Protect and Serve. Which lets me... Here, let me put that where it goes. Gains me another energy. Well, I'm not lacking for energy. That's good. And lets me put the card on the bottom of my deck instead of discarding it. So Inspiring Presence is going to go... Actually... Yeah, we'll do that. Okay. Hopefully, won't have any trouble taking out Thunder Kick with a Lightning Rod. I shouldn't. So, that is 1 energy. I'm throwing 2 dice. Hits it for 1. And then there's a direct damage. And then I can deal damage to an enemy card of my choice, which is Thunder Kick. And I can, through Power of Triforia, spend an energy to resolve a Gold Ranger ability a second time. So I'm going to put yet another damage on Thunder Kick, and that's why Lightning Rod is the best thing ever when you're playing with Tray of Triforia. Okay, I've killed 1 Ranger Slayer card. And I should probably draw something after that. I haven't... See, I'm going to have a hard time keeping up with this. I don't think from that attack I already drew something. No, I did not. Okay. Flying Tiger. Okay. So now I got to deal with... Oh, crud. Was that guarded? You guys, that was guarded. Oh, that sucks. It sucks a lot. Okay. So, it's like half cheating, but I'm just going to say we did all that to suppressing shots, because that's what I would have had to have done. So, suppressing shots dies. Thunder Kick resolves. Ranger with the most cards in their hand. All of her stuff is about most of these cards. Must discard cards from their hand until they have discarded at least 4 defense. I always thought this one was worded kind of clunkily. Or until they have no cards remaining in their hand. So that's... It's all White Ranger. It's all White Ranger. So I have a Guardian Armor. I'll go ahead and get rid of that. And then... Saba's Eye Beams, I guess. Yeah, I'd rather have the Fainting Slash right now. Okay, well that wasn't quite as bad as I thought it would be, but I've only got 2 White Ranger cards right now. Okay, so that resolves. I'm 1 ahead now, so that's nice. So I can kind of just backtrack and work on these. I don't think I'm going to take her out in 1 turn. I really don't. I need to draw some more cards. It's funny that I've used this much energy already. Okay, so I'm going to use my Fainting Slash. Put my Lightning Rod there. Fainting Slash costs an energy. I'm going to throw 3 white dice at... Do I want to go ahead and do Slaying Shot just to make sure I take out something? Or should I get Thunder Kick started? Because I got a Flying Tiger here. I think I'm going to get Thunder Kick started. Since I have the option to draw. Ugh. Ugh. Okay, I only hit it for 1. That sucks. This is not going great. I'm going to draw from Jack. Come on, Jack. And I got Jack's Heavy Hitter. So, Rallying Light lets me put an energy in the pool once per battle. There's no energy in the pool, so I get to put one in there. This one resolves. Flying Tiger or Cryas Hammer now. I don't have another card with energy cost of 0. I think I'm going to go ahead and do the Cryas Hammer. So I'm going to use 2 reserve energy and the 1 energy I have left in the pool. So now we're getting pretty low on energy. I should have tapped Pyramidas, I guess, when I took damage earlier. I can't really roll time backwards now and deal with it. I kind of forgot I had that. But I'll get hit by Swarm Attack, so I'll just do it then. That should work. Okay, so I'm using Cryas Hammer. And guys, I'll answer some more questions and deal with some topics when we get done with this turn. 5 dice attack. Next time any ranger suffers damage during this battle, reduce it by 2. That'll be nice. Except I won't be able to tap Pyramidas if I don't have to reveal anything for defense. Is the only problem with that. But that's alright. We'll just roll with the punches here. Okay, so I'm throwing 5 yellow dice. 2, 3, 4, 5 at... It's a question too, isn't it? I've only got 1 more shot at after this, so I'm definitely going to have to go back in and fight her again. There's no chance at taking them all out at this point. So Thunder Kick or Slaying Shot. Okay. Thunder Kick. Yeah, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I wish I could do some adjacent damage there. Let's go ahead and draw from Jack's pile again. That gives me a Cryas Cannon, so my firepower is a little bit better. I've taken 2 out of 4 out. Swarm Attack is going to hit me for just 2, because it's 1 damage increased by 1 for each foot soldier in the location. It's just the 1. That's mitigated by 2 because of Cryas Hammer. So nothing happens, which means I don't need to tap Pyramidas. I wish I had earlier, because I could really use that extra damage. Sucks that I didn't do that. It really, really does. Okay. I've only got 1 reserve energy left, and no way to gain any more. Except Pyramidas if I had been smart enough to play it, but that is just not going to make any sense to roll time backwards right now, because it would change. I would do it, except it would change where some of my cards are right now, so it doesn't seem fair to do it. Okay, so Cryas Cannon, 3 dice to Slaying Shot. Wait a minute. That would do 1 adjacent, but that's not going to be enough, so that doesn't help. Okay. And I hit it for 3. God, I wish you could do some spillover, but you can't. Okay. God, we got really close, guys. We got really close. So she's got a discard pile of 3 now, and we are indeed going to be forced to go back in. Let me count this right and make sure that there's not an action that should be flipped over. How did we start this turn? We flipped to do a recovery, and then we flipped to go in with the Angel Grove High. Then we flipped to move. I never flipped to initiate. Okay. All right, so she's got a discard pile. Wait, yeah, that's the discard pile. And then those will come out here in a minute. I'm going to pause for a second and chat with you guys. All right, well, the good news is we'll definitely beat her this next time around. I just wish I could do some recovery because I think I'm probably going to lose some energy in the command center. I think somebody's going to die here in a second. We just, you know, we picked up our saw, but we did our level best, but it just wasn't good enough. All right, let's see what folks are saying in the chat here. How long have we been going now? Over an hour. Just making sure we're still good and streaming here. Well, how the heck is everybody? AMC, I'm definitely one of those people. Also, Legion of Superheroes is probably the most underrated DC cartoon. I've got to finally sit down and watch that. Tom, $5 super chat. Thanks, man. My Life of a Teenage Robot is a great superhero-esque show. It's created by one of the main writers for Powerpuff Girls. I've heard of that, but I don't know anything about it. AMC, I'd also suggest checking out X-Men Evolution. I watched a little bit of that when it was on. It was a little bit past my time. I was already in college. So I haven't really played... or I haven't really watched that since past like maybe a little bit of second season. I went back to some of it a few years ago, but it's been a while. Corey, you have your Pure Minus 2, don't forget. Yep, and I totally forgot that, and it really screwed me. Although, even if I'd used it, I think we might still be in the same situation. I'm not totally sure. MCAT, it's not easy to remember everything. Sometimes I forget my Zord's ability. Yeah, absolutely. It's a lot easier when you've got more people playing with you because everybody's keeping more track of everything else. So regardless of who's technically controlling a Zord, if everybody, you know, if you're playing with 5 or even 3 people, people are filing stuff away. Oh, that's right. I know I've got Tyrannosaurus. Like, don't forget to use that. Corey, definitely happens to me too. Yeah, thanks, man. AMC, some of the big animated series I personally missed out on that I'd most like to go back to are Avengers, Earth's Mightiest Heroes. Agreed, I'm with you on that. Spider-Man 1981, I've never watched any of that. Green Lantern, TAS, highly recommend that. I've seen the whole show, it's wonderful. And Iron Man, the animated series, and I've never watched any of that. Yeah, AMC, he did. He totally, Corey totally called that. Okay, well, let's go ahead and go back in, fight her again. Flipping to initiate. And I guess I'll leave Jack as the lead ranger. I don't know that it makes a ton of difference with Ranger Slayer. We're still going to have one super buddy. Here we go. Suppressing shots. Slaying shot is fast. Bow of Darkness. Yes, indeed. I like when I'm playing as Ranger Slayer, the Bow of Darkness. I don't care for it as much when she comes out. And finally, Thunder Kick. So many of her cards sound like they could be rock albums or bands. Thunder Kick! And then... I did it again. I don't know why I keep reaching for figures when I'm trying to put out cards. Regrow. Alright. Thunder Kick is fast. How much am I going to draw? This is... I only have to kill one card, but I have to survive this. And the thing is, you know, this could be the end of the game right here tonight, guys. I mean, that would suck, but I haven't been able to recover anybody. Maybe I... Now I'm wondering if maybe we shouldn't have gone back in and we should wait for the next deployment for that. It would be kind of half cheating if I did that because I've seen her cards now, but of course I could just shuffle them back in. It was going to be some combination of these 4. I'm just not sure what else I would do, though, because if I leave the board exactly as it is, you've got the potential to get overrun now. But, I mean, I've got one card. I haven't been playing this very well. I've got one. I'm going to blame it on being tired. I have one card left in my hand. Each of these guys has 2 cards left in their deck. Any suggestions from chat, folks that have played this before? What would you do? Like, would you just not go in right now and risk the next appointment and, like, go ahead and recover? Oh, you know what? I also messed up recovery earlier. I forgot that when you recover, you're allowed to recover up to 6 shields of 2 guys, not just the 1. So maybe to make up for that, I should just go ahead and do a recovery now. Like, it's not quite kosher, but I didn't do it earlier. What if we recover Gold Ranger? I still think if we can keep Gold Ranger alive, let's do that. Let's go ahead and get his reserve energy back. This is not quite kosher, but I'm going to do it anyway. So I'm going to take a lightning rod. What else do I want? What else do I want? Maybe a couple lightning rods. Inspiring Presence and Gold Rush. Let's just do that. That maybe gives us a fighting chance now. Let's see if anybody's making a suggestion here. McCad says I'd recover and just risk the next deployment. I mean, we're only doing 4, so we're probably not going to die anyway. We've got a 5 here, a 5 here that's only got two putties on it. And then I'll just count the recovery I just did as the one I should have done earlier. Because I forgot how the rules worked for that. I think you're right. I think you're right. Let's just go ahead and recover. At least we can see a 3rd deployment. Because there's a good chance that we just die right here. And I don't want to do that. Okay, so she's still got a discard pile of 3. That goes back here. Ah, sorry, folks. Okay, I hate that I haven't beaten her yet to go ahead and get another action token. But I think the only call right now is to flat out power up. Because I'm down as far as I am. I don't know if that's the smart move. But I'm going to do it. Because, I mean, I am going to have to go back to her. I actually don't know if I should do that either. Well, let's try it. Let's try it. This is my first time out with the solo mode thing. I'll develop some strategies. I'd like to have all my reserve energy back. Okay, bear with me, folks. I'm going to do some shuffling here. So Gold Ranger is... I guess that last recovery doesn't really matter anyway, because everybody gets full-on recovered if I... Or do you have to... Can you just go to the command center in this mode and power up like normal, moving all 3 of them? I think you can. Let me know if I'm wrong about that. Or if you can only recover in this mode. I don't remember reading anything about that. Again, I'm brand new to this, so this whole game is totally wrong and bizarre and a mulligan. That's fine. We've made the attempt. Tom says it's just a flesh wound. Well, nobody is telling me I'm insane, so I'm just going to move on with what I'm doing here. Alright, let's do our 3rd deployment, find out who our next monster is, and hope that we don't somehow get totally overrun. I've got one Zord right now. This sucks. Okay. Here we go. Deployment 3. The search for Spock. 2 Z's with Nasty Knight at the dockyard. Okay. So, Nasty Knight, of course, is supposed to go first. So he will go there. That's going to be panicked. Let me go get him. One moment. I also haven't been able to paint hardly anything lately. I finally did some base coats on 3 or 4 the other day, and that's the first painting I've done besides Santa Claus in like 6 months. So if I do another Power Rangers stream soon, I might do a paint stream and just talk to you guys while I'm painting. It might be fun. And give no one any pointers at all about painting, because I'm terrible at it. But I can do it while I'm talking. Okay, so we got Nasty Knight and 2 Z's. And then 2 Z's at the power plant. Now that's panicked. Two Z's at the dockyard. Which is already panicked, and that goes clockwise. And finally, 2 Z's at the industrial district. Industrial district. And they're coming to join Ranger Slayer, which means she's going to be even a little bit tougher than she is already. But we are all fresh now, regardless of whether or not that was actually the right move. You guys, I know I'm technically playing by myself, but it's a lot more fun doing this, hanging out with you guys, than just doing it all in my head. McCad, no all command center are not available. What do you mean? I'm going to have to go back and look at the rules on that again. Give me just a second, folks. I need to read up on this. Oh, it does say ignore any command center location abilities during this scenario. You can only recover. Okay. Okay. You can't power up. I didn't realize that. I missed that. It is here and I missed it. Okay. Let me think, let me think, let me think. I can't really reset back to exactly where I was. Let me think if I can come up with a way to kind of get close. I'm thinking. Yeah, I've really kind of botched this up now. Because I recovered with Gold Ranger. So, see, we've shuffled all the cards entirely, so I'm going to have to do this with kind of random draws. But, he had, I think, like 6 in his deck. And then we would have recovered 6 apiece for the other decks, which were down to... I think we can get close here. Which were down to just 2 cards. So I'll go back and kind of recover, I guess. Or, like, that's what we were gonna do, but we didn't. So let me just try it that way. Bear with me, everybody. Ice Cannon. And Ram Rush. So that's 6. But the nice thing about that is that it means that we're still at Ranger Slayer. So we can just go right back in. Okay, this isn't perfect, but it's close enough. Let's go ahead and take Tommy's heavy hitter. You know what? That's actually not fair, because that was never in my discard pile in the first place. So let's not do that, because there's no way I would have had that. Flash Kick I can get back, though. Fainting Slash. Flash Kick. Fainting Slash. Fainting Slash. 2, 3, 4. And Flying Tiger. There we go. Just get the chat back open. Come on. Okay, yeah, McCad, thanks a lot for your help with that. I appreciate it. Well, I'll know that for next time, and I won't mess that up, but I didn't feel right playing forward with powering up, since you're not allowed to do that. Corey, that board is looking tough now. Yeah, part of that's because I was an idiot and forgot to use my Pyramidas earlier. But we'll go ahead and get Ranger Slayer knocked out finally. Alright, here comes our cards. Bow of Darkness. Thunder Kick is fast. Again, they all sound like album titles. Maybe not suppressing shots. I don't know about that. That's guarding Bow of Darkness. And Slingshot is fast. And then we've got to put out... Let's see, who's going to be the lead ranger here? Let's make it... Pretty even now. Let's go ahead and make it Gold Ranger. And we've got 2 Z's, a power and a force that you've never seen before. We've got 2 Z's and a super. So I'm going to put out the super first. I'm trying to remember which one has more guard, because I don't really want that Slingshot or that Thunder Kick to be guarded, but... Okay, we'll put that up first. Okay, Swarm Attack. And 2 Z's. It's Overwhelm, and it's Fierce Strike. Not too bad. Okay, here we go. Let's drop 7. Shall we? Inspiring Presence. Inspiring Presence. That's nice. Potentially Flash Kick. Yes! Fainting Slash. Cryos Hammer. Blade Blaster. Gold Ranger, yeah? Golden Power Staff. Yes! Now this is the hand you want. And we only have to take out 1 card to beat her, but we don't have to worry about, hopefully, anybody dying. Certainly not all of us dying. At the very least, we'd have to lose maybe 1 energy out of the command center, but I think we'll be okay. So, especially because I get to open with Flash Kick, even though she technically gets the first turn. So, there's Flash Kick. This is so much better now. So, I'm going to throw 2 dice. And I hit Slingshot for 3 before it even resolves, which is Bossa Nova. I still have to roll 4 dice and hit the Ranger with the fewest cards in their deck with that much damage. And that is currently, I think, Jack. It's Jack or it's White Ranger. Let's have White Ranger take it, I think, because my heavy hitter might be at the top there. I forgot to put energy in pool here, so let's do that. Anyway, before I do that, let me check for mitigators. And guess what we're going to tap? Pyramidas. Okay, so Slingshot resolves. 4 dice. Yeah, let me go ahead and throw the dice, I guess, first. I forgot what kind of damage I had to take. Here we go. I haven't done an attack yet, so I can't draw a card. Okay, so I just have to take 2 from White Ranger. And because of Pure Minus, I only have to take 1. It adds a defense to the card. So that makes that a 3. That goes to the bottom of my deck, and I don't take any damage. And gain an energy. And deal 1 damage to an enemy card of your choice. It's my favorite Zord, and I didn't even use it before. And I hit Slaying Shot, and we have officially killed Ranger Slayer, but we still have to play this whole thing out. So next we deal with Thunder Kick. So now it's just a matter of killing things so that we don't get hit that we don't want to have to deal with, but I don't have to actually beat anything else if I don't want to for the sake of killing the monsters. So we will get our extra action token, we will get our Zord, and all of the minions will run away. So I wish the actual minions would run away. So Thunder Kick, Ranger with the most cards in their hand, discards cards. Okay, we will go ahead and try to kill that. And let's see. I'm just trying to decide how badly we're going to want to get rid of the Bow of Darkness so that we don't have to take 6 damage there, because I'm trying to decide where I want to use my Golden Power Staff, and I don't have my favorite Gold Ranger card right now, which would help us a lot. So let me think. Because I could play Inspiring Presence, gain an energy, and then play Cryas Hammer, and then I would have just enough to do Golden Power Staff if I really wanted to, if I wanted to wipe out my reserve energy. I guess that it would be a way to go. I keep forgetting to use Steadfast, too. I just revealed a card for damage, and I could choose a card from my hand and place it on top of my deck. Then I'd be able to live with Bow of Darkness if I put Cryas Hammer there. Yeah. But I still think we should maybe go for broke here. Okay, let's try Inspiring Presence. Gain an energy. Oh, you know what? I'm actually going to still want Cryas Hammer to do that, so I'm just going to put Blade Blaster on top. And then, because I'm probably not going to use that this turn, given how much energy I'm using on power weapons. So, the card I'm going to play is Cryas Hammer. I paid my energy. I paid my dues. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Throwing those at Thunder Kick. Anything guarded? Bow of Darkness is guarded. I didn't think of that. I'm not even going to be able to attack that, am I? That's okay. All right, let's do Thunder Kick. Thunder Kick! And I only hit Thunder Kick for 2, which is stupid. Well, Cryas Hammer is going to mitigate damage next time by 2. So, I mean, that's good. I wish I had a reroll. Could really use Mighty Morphin Red right now, but whatever. Okay. So, most cards in my hand right now is Gold Ranger, which means, although I can draw 1 from that attack, I got another Flash Kick. That's not helpful right now. So I'm gonna... this sucks. I'm gonna have to lose my Golden Power Staff, which I was hoping to use, along with Inspiring Presence, which I was also hoping to use. But I have to lose them. Which means Bow of Darkness is just going to have to happen. So I'll go after Suppressing Shots. I'll get that started anyway. So 1 energy. I get it back because of playing Fainting Slash, throwing 3 dice at Suppressing Shots. And I killed it. That's awesome. Hit it for 4. That is dead. Bow of Darkness resolves 6 damage to the Lead Ranger, but it's only 4 because we mitigated it by 2 with Cryas Hammer. So that's nice. He's not actually going to die. So Blade Blaster. And actually, before I do that, let me decide what card I'm going to draw for the attack I just did. I guess I'll go for a Gold Ranger card. And I didn't get an attack, so that's rough. So anyway, Blade Blaster, Cryas Cannon, Protect and Serve. So that goes to the bottom of the deck. I've got 3 cards right now left in Jack's. Somebody's messaging a lot. Let's see what people are saying here real quick before I finish this part up, in case I'm doing something stupid and somebody's trying to let me know about it. That's going to resolve. So that puts us 1 ahead. That's nice. Oh, hi, Senior Sticks. How you doing? Senior Sticks, what if Goldar had fought in the original series? I'm not sure what you mean. Goldar did fight in the original series. I don't think I understand the question. Okay. So I'm not going to go backwards because I don't need to take out the other Ranger Slayer cards at all. So now it's just time to put things... Well, it would be time to put things on the track if I was able to. Unfortunately, right now I just have 2 cards that aren't helpful to me. So, I'm going to do a basic attack, I think. I wish I had that thing that lets you move a hit token somewhere. But I don't have that right now. So I'm going to discard my Flash Kick, because that's not helpful. And I'm going to throw 1 die at Swarm Attack. Actually, should I just do it to Overwhelm, maybe? Oh, well, you know what? I don't get to draw a card for this, because this mode lets you draw cards when you play combat cards, not when you do an attack, which kind of sucks. So anyway, what should I throw this at? Overwhelm, because I really only got the best chance of taking that out and putting 1 on the track. So yeah, hit it for 1. This resolves and hits me for 4. And I think White Ranger is going to take that. So that's 2. I need more Zords, you guys. Okay, I've got 1 card left in White Ranger's deck. And then I'm going to throw another die at Overwhelm by discarding Golden Guard. And I didn't hit it for anything. So I'm not even going to get any putties on the track. Okay, 2 damage. Skip the next Ranger turn in battle. So that's going to go to Jack. I don't even have a hand right now, so I can't use Steadfast. Cryas Cannon goes to the bottom. We lose a turn. 4 damage. Who has any shot at taking that? I guess Gold Ranger. We might have somebody die right here. Here we go. Armored Blow and Armored Blow. So Gold Ranger dies, and we spend 1 energy to power him up. Does he go to the command center when he dies, or does he stay here? That's actually a thing I'm not sure about with this mode. Let me check. Let me check. Welcome if you're just popping in late at night. I'm playing this epic game of Heroes of the Grid all by my lonesome with the new solo mode. Trying to learn it. What was I just... I'm so out of it. What was I just trying to figure out? Yeah, if you die. If a Ranger was defeated, discard 1 energy token from the command center to allow that Ranger to power up. If there are no energy tokens remaining in the command center, that Ranger is out of the game. So he oh, yeah. Because you'd have to move everybody to the command center. And so this mode's just having you not do that. So the command center is just there to look pretty and have energy in it. And that's it, it looks like. Okay, so that ends that. We just lost an energy in the command center. That's all that happened there. And you power up your character with that. So the only way you can power up here is if you die. Not the best trade-off. Okay, so now... okay, so Ranger Slayer is dead. We killed her, finally. Took a while, but we did it. And now, we're going to get a Zord. Our foot soldier is going to run away. And we got Ram Hyper Zord. Exhaust this card when any ranger suffers damage to reduce it by 3. We're getting a place where that will be very useful, I'm sure. Let's get Ranger Slayer's cards. Everything in this game has its own deck, so you just end up with a big giant mess all over your table. That's why I have a dedicated table for this game. Nothing has been on this table besides Heroes of the Grid in almost 2 years. That's all I use it for. And I have things on this table that have been on this table almost that long because I don't travel with this game much, or when I do, I take just specific things with me, and you know, it's not, I can't take everything, obviously, there's so much of it. So I will, so basically the table is home for a few things, because there's not any real reason to give it another place to live. Alright, guys. So that is Unpanicked, and I forgot to initiate, but that's all I had to do, was just initiate right there. So now, the question is, do we go to the other monster, or do we try to just take out as much as we can over at the power plant? And I'm actually kind of thinking about just doing the power plant, and not dealing with Nasty Knight, because next deployment will just be Zedd, and as long as we can't be overrun, we actually don't have to fight that monster, we can totally avoid it. Now, if we beat that monster, and I forgot, we also get another action token. If we beat that monster, it would give us an action token and another Zord. So, I mean, that is incentive potentially to do it, but I don't know if I'm going to need all those actions if all I have to do after this is Zedd. And I also think that as late as it is still playing this game, I have a better chance at getting through this if we go ahead and try to get to Zedd as fast as possible. So I think that's what I'm going to do. If anybody has a suggestion about that, feel free to throw it at me before I make this decision. Yeah, I mean, Goldar Senior Sticks fought a lot in the first season. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna go over to the power plant. I mean, I guess if that goes super well and I've got a lot of action left, maybe I'll come back over to the dockyard and see how fast I can do that. But I'm going to start there, so at the very least. Like I said, we'll play until I die or win or fall asleep. Okay, so I am moving these guys over to the power plant. And look, nobody feel bad if it gets too late and you've got to go to bed yourself and either finish this later or just jump to the end and see how horribly I lost. So we've got 1, 2, 3... 4 Z putties and 2 supers. Do I want to recover anybody right now? I probably do. Let me go ahead and recover real quick before I do anything else. I want that flash kick back for sure. Saba Slash and Fainting Slash. Yeah? Yeah. And then, I guess we're shuffling these days, and then I'm gonna also recover 6. Am I doing this right? It's 6 for one and 6 for the other, right? So that's gonna be Ram Rush, Cryos Cannon, and let's go ahead and throw a Blade Blaster in there. We haven't even really used a Blade Blaster this turn, this game, which is unusual. Okay. So I'm closer to fresh now, which is good, right after Ranger Slayer. Even though I had to die to get there. And lead Ranger is going to be Trey again. Gold Ranger. Let's do... I don't know, do I want to try to knock out all the Z's at once, or just do 2 and 2? I think I'm going to do 2 and 2. So let's do 2 supers and 2 Z's. Supers go first. They don't have to, but the lead ranger gets to pick. And Gold Ranger says, let's do that. So, Storm Attack. Putty Pommel. Here come my Z's. Here they come. I want to get some Z's right now. I'm fading. I'm fading, you guys. Fierce Strike. Overwhelm. I should be drinking. That's what I should be doing. But I had a beer with dinner, and I just didn't really feel like more alcohol right now, so... Okay, nothing's fast, nothing's guard. That's nice. Let's do our drawing. This is my favorite part about solo mode, is that I get to pick from each deck. It's pretty cool. Let's do 2 Gold Ranger. I'm not getting attacks yet. I got my Flash Kick, though. I got my Saba Slash. Whoa, what? Ooh. Protect and Serve. And a Cryos Cannon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One more Gold Ranger. Golden Power Staff. I've got 2 heavy hitters here. So I am really glad that I didn't take Yellow Ranger's power weapon again, because I'd be sitting here with 3 heavy hitters in my hand right now. Okay, I've got options. How do we want to tackle this? So, Flash Kick first. It's actually kind of refreshing just to go after putties right now. I'm throwing 2 dice at the Swarm Attack with my Flash Kick as a reaction. And I beat it with just the Flash Kick. That's fantastic. That doesn't even resolve before I get a chance to attack. I don't get to draw for that because it's not officially an attack card, a combat card. Just trying to remember my Zords and what they do, since I screwed that up earlier. Inspiring Presence gains me an energy, and then somebody else can play a card that's not Gold Ranger. You know what? Let's do Saba Slash. We haven't got to play that yet, and it divides among enemies, which is awesome. So we'll use our 3 energy in the pool right now. Throwing 5 dice. I'm aiming at Putty Pommel, but I can divide it among any number of targets. Do you have to pick the targets first? I actually don't remember that. It says targets, which would suggest you have to pick them. Okay, let's just do Putty Pommel and Fierce Strike then. Try to be as kosher as we can, after all the botching we've done earlier this game. 2, 4, 5, 6 kills Putty Pommel and Fierce Strike. How boss is that? And we've already got a Zord, guys. I think I made the right move, going over here and not going to Nasty Knight first. Got a super on the track. We got another super on the track. And a Z Putty. These guys are actually just going to come over here, because we got a Zord. Now, the only Zord left of the Rangers I picked is a White Tiger, but statistically we're probably going to get something else random. And no, I got White Tiger. Cool. Okay, and White Tiger Zord is exhaust this card after any Ranger performs a maneuver to allow another Ranger to immediately play a card with an energy cost of 0. And sometimes that comes in handy. I haven't used it a lot, but okay, we're 2 ahead right now. All I gotta do is take out that Overwhelm, and it'd be nice if I had a Blade Blaster right now. But I don't. I'm gonna use Rallying Light and put an energy in the pool because it's empty. And it's gonna be Cryos Cannon. So that is 1 energy. I'm gonna throw 3 yellow dice at Overwhelm. And I killed it soundly. Alright, that Z goes here. Now, there's only 2 Z's left. It's still panicked, because you have to kill everything there before it's not. And these supers are going to go here. My Z Putties are going to go back in the Z Putty deck. Now I'm explaining things that don't even need explanation. Now I'm going to take a drink. I'm going to unscrew the lid and take a drink. Okay, let's kill these two Z's. Well, I said I would talk to you guys between turns. Let's see if anybody's saying anything interesting into the wee hours of the morning. You guys are awesome for hanging out, sticking around. Not seeing anything at the moment. Maybe it says that there are 9 people watching right now, but everybody has fallen asleep at their desks or in bed, watching on their phones or whatever. If you want to chat about anything cool, feel free to leave comments while I'm doing this next part. I'm going to put out 2 Z-Putties. Despite my fatigue, I am just thoroughly enjoying this evening, guys. I was so in the mood to do this. And I'm not going to say this is more fun than doing it with a group, because it's not, but it is not lame. Like, this is a really, really fun mode, and it's better than the one I came up with. I liked having one deck all together, and I was doing hands of 9. It was fine. This is so much better. I would have never, like I said earlier, thought of this idea of having decks separately, but one hand. It's really cool. Self-destruct, dealing 2 damage whenever a Z-Putty card is defeated. I don't know if I did that right earlier, if they were all Z-Putties, but maybe they were, I forget. Anyway, what am I going to draw? What am I going to draw? Let's do a Gold Ranger, Lightning Rod, yes! That's what you want. Fainting Slash, and a Jack. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. He's only got 1 card left. It's alright. It'll be fine right now. Nothing guard, nothing fast. Opening with a passive 2 energy in the pool. Rinse and repeat. Ram Rush might be the way to go. Oh, and Jack's got stars for discarding for defense. I didn't even realize that. I don't know if I was reading those earlier. I might have missed that. Maneuver. And what does that do? Mitigator. Okay. So I'm paying 1 energy to throw 3 dice at a self-destruct. And I killed it by like a lot. While this card is in play, each time a Z-Putty card is defeated, deal 2 damage, including this one. So that's going to hit me for 2 damage. I'm trying to decide what I want to do with the damage, because I have a lot of different things now. I could mitigate it if I wanted to. I could play Pyramidas. I kind of want to save Pyramidas in case I do decide to go over to the monster, though, I think. I guess I'll just do Jack's thing. No, I'll do his Protect and Serve. So we'll have Gold Ranger discard for defense. That's just 2. I lose an Armored Blow. I gain an energy. And, oh, I don't lose the Armored Blow. I put it on the bottom of the deck instead of discarding it. Okay, cool. It's weird the sheer number of choices I have with that. And I actually could have still played Pyramidas at the same time, because everything triggers independently of the same action. Okay, so this resolves. And then I'm going to deal with that Fierce Strike with a Lightning Rod, because that's my answer to everything. Throwing 2 gold dice at the Fierce Strike. And I killed it all on its own. It didn't even matter that it was a Lightning Rod. That could have been any other 3 dice attack. Okay, sweet. So, these Z-Putties are going on the track. So here's the thing. I really don't think I need to go to Nasty Night, but I've got 3 actions left, And if I go there, I will have a Zord and another action if I beat him to go up against Zedd. So as much as I would kind of love to not have to take the time to do that, because I am getting tired, and I kind of want to go to bed at some point, this is suddenly going a lot better than it was. And Zedd is hard, so you need all the help you can get. So I think I'm going to try it. Let's check the chat first before I do that, just to make sure that I'm doing this right. I'm going to, while I'm thinking about it, flip to move and flip to initiate. And then I've got one left, which means if I had to go back in, I could. Hopefully I'm okay card-wise. No, let's go ahead and recover first. So I'm not going to go back in. I'm just going to go ahead and recover. So I've used all my actions. Before I check the chat, I am going to go ahead and recover here. Let's take a Saba Slash. Flash Kick. It just keeps saving me. Over and over and over again. Saba's I-Beams or a Fainting Slash. I think Fainting Slash? I don't tend to care for Saba's I-Beams. It should be a really helpful card, but it doesn't come up enough. You have to pay 2 energy in order to put 1 damage on, I think, like up to 4 cards. Every now and again it's helpful, but very often it's like I could use that or I could kill this card that's going to do all this damage to me, which is why I don't end up using it very much. And then, do I want to beef up Jack? Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Well, that gets around guard. No, it doesn't get around guard. It just lets you put it in your hand if it had guard. Okay. Cryos Cannon, Cryos Hammer. I don't have any ones, though. I don't like the cards that are here. It's kind of rough, actually. I'm actually only taking 5 defense worth, which is weird, but it's a little bit of a waste. All right, folks. Let's see if anybody's still awake. Hi, Tom. Tom is still here. He's the only person still talking to me. I'm so sad. I'm feeling very lonely at this point. I'm not just the Lone Ranger, I'm the Lonely Ranger. Okay, let's go ahead and... I'm just kidding. Let's go ahead and put out Nasty Knight. No, this is absurdly late. To expect anybody to still be here for a stream. But I hope some folks come back and take a look at this later and have fun with it. I'm really glad that we didn't die before turn 3 like I thought we might. And I won't always use such super powerful characters and with low deployment. I made this relatively easy on myself for a first go at this mode. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright, here comes Nasty Knight. Hopefully he's not too nasty. I can't remember if this is a very difficult monster comparatively or not. I think this is one of the easier of the original 4 monsters from the core game, but I haven't played them in a while. Here we go. Nasty Slash. Lion Shield. Smash and Slash. And Blade Beam. Once again, hoping for that Flash Kick. Goes there. Okay, and then who is my lead ranger this time? It's gonna be White Ranger. Gotta make sure I've got enough energy there. And then who's gonna go first? Let's do supers again. We've been having good luck with that. We're gonna have 8 spaces all covered up here. Yeah, I don't know if that extra box I made lets you see this any better than the other one does. I don't know why. I thought that was a little... I meant that to be a little bit bigger than it seems to be. I don't know. I may do a different configuration with this next time, but... engulf... And I'd also like to get my camera higher. I didn't mean to kind of look down at you guys, but just when I set this up, it was hard to get that elevated. We'll do better. Putty Pummel. Fear Strike. Self-destruct. I'm sick of that card. Okay. Let's see what we end up with. So, I've already got a pretty hefty hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's draw white, hoping for a flash kick. Let's draw white again. No! I mean, good cards, but not what I wanted. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, well, we have to play the cards we're dealt. Blade Beam is fast. It's going to resolve first. Deal 4 damage to the lead ranger and 2 damage to each other ranger. Lead ranger is Gold Ranger. Pyramidas, yeah? Okay, so revealing a card for defense. That's Golden Guard. Add a defense to that card. So that's just a 2. Pardon me. Sorry. I'm not thinking about this right. That makes that a 4. So I lose that, but I don't have to drop anything else. And then I'm going to gain an energy per Pyramidas, and then I'm going to put 1 damage. They're all 4s besides that 5. I actually kind of want to put it on Blade Beam just to make them all even, maybe. But that Nasty Slash is currently guarded, so I'm not going to be able to attack it right away. I'm going to put it there. All right. So I can't attack that Nasty Slash right away, which means I'm probably going to get hit with 4 damage. Oh, I have to do 2 damage to each other ranger. Do I want to put this on top of my deck? Maybe. No, because I might use it. Okay. So Jack's going to take 2 here. And then let's just use Ram Hyperzord and mitigate the rest of it by 3. So white doesn't have to take anything. He's got the least number of cards right now in his deck. Okay, so going after that Lion Shield because I can't fight Nasty Slash. One thing that sucks about not having the kids here right now is I tend to forget. I'm really lucky that I'm remembering. I tend to forget about guard, and Freddy always keeps me on my toes with that. Dad, it's guarded. You can't do that. It's guarded. Are you sure? Yeah, it's guarded. You see how it says guard? It's guarded. Okay, so I could use Golden Power Staff and just really overdo it, going after that Lion Shield. But then I'm a little bit worried about Blade Beam being a 5. But I mean, I can just keep going back at it, I guess. And also I can draw after I play this. So that's what I'm going to do. I don't know if that's smart. But that's what I'm going to do. So Golden Power Staff, 3 energy. I get 1 back because of Rallying Light. And then I'm going to throw a ridiculous number of dice. 6 at Lion Shield. It just really needs to die because it's starting 2 cards right now. 1, 2, 3. Good lord, that's not good. Okay, so I threw 6 dice. I only hit Lion Shield for 3. But the good news is that I can also resolve any Gold Ranger ability in my discard pile, and when you have Lightning Rod, that puts you in better shape. So I'm going to deal a damage to an enemy card of my choice, which is Lion Shield, of course, and it shouldn't have taken that, but it did. Oh, you know what's cool? I could actually use Trey's power right now to spend another energy and do that again if I really wanted to. I don't know that I need to. I mean, I've only got 1 energy there. I don't think I'm going to. That may be a bad move. I'd almost rather probably roll dice, I think. Okay, so Nasty Slash resolves. It hits me for 4 damage. Nothing I can do to stop that. Unless I've got a mitigator here, I'm not sure. Oh, I've got Golden Guard. Reduces the damage by 2. Who's going to take it? Jack will. Ram Rush. Protect and Serve. So that one goes at the bottom of my deck. And that's resolved, so I'm 1 ahead. Yep. Oh, and I did not draw a card. Let me do that. Okay, I got a Gold Rush. Well, let's go ahead and do that. So, it is just all Gold Ranger right now. So I spent an energy to play Gold Rush. I'm going to throw all my gold dice are up here. I'm going to throw 3 dice at Smash and Slash. And I killed it. Cool. I was due for some luck. Okay, so that resolves. That's cool. I got a 2 and 2 1s. And I can draw a card for throwing that 2 if I want to. 3, 2. Let's throw one from Jack here. Oh, and I got his Cryos Hammer. We already did Rallying Light, right? So I've only got my reserve energies now, unless I've got something else. Let's see. Let's see. Do I have any good maneuvers? I wish I did, because then I could play Tiger Zord, but nothing doing. Okay. Well, it looks like a job for some Fainting Slash. I've got 2 of them, and I'm probably going to use them both, unless I use one over and over again. So I'm going to have to use a reserve energy to play it. I'm going to throw 3 dice now at Nasty Slash. See if I can get that knocked out of the way. And I did. I killed that. Cool. So Nasty Knight is not very difficult, and I just didn't remember because I haven't played him in a while. This resolves. Oh, did I throw any... No, I don't think I threw any blanks there. I would have gotten to put that back in my hand if I did, but no, I didn't, because I had to... It was 3 singles in order to kill it. Okay, so Fainting Slash again. And I'm going to draw a Gold Ranger card, but I'm not going to draw for that other one, I don't think. Yeah, okay, so 3 dice. Going to Blade Beam. And I hit it for 4. So I do lose that card. But that was a pretty great roll. Okay, Engulf, unfortunately, drains an energy. So I lose a reserve. Inspiring Presence, though, lets me gain it back. So that goes in the pool. And somebody else can play a card. So let's just do a cost 0. Armored Blow. 2 gold dice to Blade Beam. And I hit it for 1, which is all I needed. Nasty Knight is dead. And now we just play this out. 3 damage. Protect and Serve. Revealing a card for defense. Play this card, gain an energy, and allow that player to, or that ranger to place the card on the bottom of their deck instead of discarding it. So I'm going to reveal Lightning Rod, and that goes on the bottom of my deck. Sweet. And now I can maybe put a putty or 2 on the track. Maybe. Well, I can draw a card for that last attack. I keep forgetting to do that. Let me think. And I got Saba Slash. Well, that might be fun. Yeah, okay. I'm going to use my reserve energy. We're going to be all out of energy. We're like the Tick, we're all out of roofs. Okay, so 5 dice divided among Fear Strike and Self-Destruct. Well, maybe. If I kill those, I'm going to have to take 4 damage for them on top of that. It might be better to actually go backwards and just take out the Putty Pummel and the Engulf and just let Fear Strike hit me. Or I could kill Fear Strike, take 2 damage. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go after Fear Strike and Engulf. Here we go, 5 dice. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I can divide it any way I want to, though, right? So Fear Strike is gone, and that Engulf is just has 1, and then I take 2 damage. And I lose an Armored Blow. I've got 1 card left for Gold Ranger. and let's see, that Z putty goes on the track. This resolves. Flying Tiger. 2 dice. I wish I had another 0 so that I could use that ability, but I don't. Throwing this in Engulf. And I kill that. And that Z putty goes on the track. Oh, but I have to take 2 damage again because the self-destruct is still there. I should have gone after that instead, but that's all right. Okay, Cryos Cannon, I lose. Wow, I've got 1 card left for each Ranger right now. That's really funny. Okay, and then I'm just gonna let the rest of this happen because all I've got left is a Cryos Hammer, and I don't have the energy. So self-destruct would resolve, nothing happens because it's passive, and that is the end of Nasty Night. So we first of all gain another action token, which, if I understand the rules correctly, you're actually allowed to use right away if you want to. So I can recover before we get into the 4th deployment, which is awesome. So I will do that here in a second. So guys, I'm going to clean this up, get this figured out, and then I'm going to look at the chat, and then I'm going to put out the deployment, and then I'm going to take 1 more break before we try to fight Lord Zedd. I know it's really, really late, but I want to finish this up because this is going pretty well. And I think we have a really good chance at winning here. All right, we took out Nasty Night. Look at us. Aren't we special? That goes there, and then we get another Zord. Let's see which one it is. The last 2 are going to be really random. Zeo Zord 4, Green Ranger, Adam Park. Exhaust this card to deal damage to an already resolved enemy card equal to the number of hit tokens on it. That might come in handy. Okay. Gotta not forget about these Zords. I have a great way to display them at the moment. I'm surprised we're already to the 4 Zords. That's great. This really turned around for us. Okay, these guys run away. Nasty Night is done. And let's see if anybody is saying anything interesting in the chat. Oh, a couple more people here. Hi, folks. AMC Cap, do you feel... Oh, hold on. I think there's more stuff I missed from before that. AMC is still awake. Hello, AMC. At least when he wrote that. Last of the Mohicans, what is it in Kansas? What time is it? Right now, when he asked that like 10 or 15 minutes ago, it was not this time. But right now it is 12:40. We are 20 minutes away from 1 o'clock. AMC, this is fun, Cap. Still really enjoying these extra streams, even ones like this where I'm not of much help. It's helpful just to be here and chat and give me somebody to socialize with. Tom, $5 super chat. Since Brightburn is based on Superman, do you have to do a rewind on it? You're the best on YouTube. Thanks, buddy. Yes, I will have to review that in some capacity with Rewind. AMC, do you feel the last generation of game consoles gave us on average enough new games per franchise? I personally miss the previous several console generations' ability to crank out more. Honestly, I was paying so little attention to a lot of franchises with the last generation, apart from Nintendo stuff, that I don't feel like I can weigh in on that intelligently. I'm just not much of a modern gamer anymore. So, I mean, I've heard that complaint from people, but it's not really any franchise that I was following that I was like, I need to see more of that. Apart from maybe a couple fighting game things, like it would have been nice if we had another Injustice by now. Now that I'm thinking about it, that was 5 years ago now, which is nuts to consider. So yeah, maybe with franchises like that where, you know, it's possible we could have cranked out more instead of, I guess I do have opinions on this, instead of the model of put out a base game and try to milk it for as much DLC as you can over several years. I mean, you can say, let's have the mentality, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Why do we need to keep reinventing the wheel? you know, instead of improving on a game by putting out another expensive product, why not just keep adding to what's there and making improvements as we go? Because after all, these things aren't just on a disc anymore anyway, and you're never buying a complete product in certain ways, because even if you never add any DLC, there's always updates, there's always patches and stuff. So, I mean, I can kind of see the argument there, but the business side of it is very often much more, let's not put out a complete game in the first place and keep doing DLC paid or otherwise to keep the thing going for a long time. Or even if it does, if you would consider it a full game, instead of making a new thing, we just keep, you know, blowing it up and blowing it up. I can see kind of both sides to that. But yeah, I think in the case of you know, some fighting game franchises and things like Mario Kart and stuff like that, it would have been nice to see another game by now. Mario Kart is doing this giant DLC launch where we're going to get like 45 retro tracks on top of Mario Kart 8, which is an old game now, of course, instead of a Mario Kart 9 anytime soon. And there's been rumors that that's in development and going to happen not too long from now. So it would be really cool if they put out all that DLC for the old game, and then in a year or two, we had an announcement for Mario Kart 9. I don't know if that's going to happen. That sounds like just another way to keep milking that for even longer. And maybe Nintendo's even said that Mario Kart 9 is not going to come out for a long time. I have not heard that, but with that game in particular, I can see they're thinking on it from a business end, and I don't understand why this is true, but that game continues to sell like hotcakes, and it's like, if you have a Switch, who doesn't have that game by now? I don't know why that game continues to sell so well, but there's really no incentive for them to put out another one. But anyway, yeah, so I don't disagree with that. Okay, let's go ahead and put out this deployment. Boy, I'm fading, but I'm gonna try to fight Zedd. I can't talk, but I'm gonna try to fight Lord Zedd. Here we go. 3 putties at the power plant. Super putties. This is going to be like seeing me drunk. I feel inebriated, even though I'm not. Power plant. On my break, I might get some more coffee. Maybe that's what I'll do. I probably shouldn't drink coffee this late at night, but I might need it to get through this. Okay, we're going to have Lord Zedd. What a surprise. What a shocker. Lord Zedd. Ah, man, see, I can't pick up the head by this. This thing. I can't put it on with glasses either. I am Lord Zedd. Yeah, I don't like the voice modulator thing. It just doesn't work. I'm coming after you, Rangers. Anyway, okay, so he's here. I get very excited about Lord Zedd. And he's way back here. I also think he's one of my better paint jobs. I'm really happy with how he turned out. I painted him very early. Okay, so Lord Zedd and a Z putty. How appropriate. There we go. At the dockyard. There we go. I hope he doesn't get any more putties. That would be awesome. A Z putty over at the high school. And finally, a super putty at the dockyard. Super putty at the dockyard. Okay, so yeah, a Z and a super, but not too bad. Of course, we have to fight him twice because we got to take out 6 out of his 8 cards. All right, so Zedd. Okay, guys, I'm going to take one more break for 3 or 4 minutes, and then we're going to fight Lord Zedd. Isn't it exciting? It's so exciting, you guys. Okay, I'll be right back after this break. Alright, I am back for one more deployment. And yes, I made the unfortunate, probably, decision to drink coffee right now. Okay, we're gonna need it. We're going to defeat Lord Zedd with caffeine. Okay, so all we have to do now is go to Lord Zedd. And oh look, we're there already. So, the good news is we've got an insane amount of action tokens here just to fight Lord Zedd. If we wanted to, we actually could probably get away with going to both other locations and taking out all those putties and getting one more Zord before we go to Zedd. I don't think we need it. It would have been really cool to get all the way to the Megazord, which just doesn't happen as often as I would like it. But the only way you'd even get the Megazord at this point, we've got one putty left we'd have to get on the track. We could kill that, get a Zord. Actually, we don't have to go to one place to get a Zord. And then you'd have to take out, this is really funny, you'd have to take out the other 5 and then come to Lord Zedd and kill a putty to get a Megazord to then use on the very, very last turn. You could do it. You'd risk maybe not having as much action as you would want in recovering this. And actually, we're going to have to do some recovery right now, so I'm not going to do all that. But those are things you could do. If you were crazy. Okay, let's go ahead and do some recovering. I might recover twice, since I can't power up. So, bear with me. I'm going to start with Gold Ranger. So, Golden Power Staff, Lightning Rod, Inspiring Presence. You know the drill. You know what I like. If I can't get what I really want, which is 2 Lightning Rods. Okay, so he's going to get his reserve energy back. And then Tommy is going to get a Fainting Slash, because that's been really... Let's do 2 of those. Those have been really, really helpful. Flash Kick and Flying Tiger. Okay. Or do I want... No, I'm going to do something different. Hold on. Let's go ahead and get the Sava Slash in there. Sava Slash, Fainting Slash, and Flash Kick. That's what we need. And then he gets his reserve energy back. And then I could flip and do it one more time. I think I should. I could do the math and figure out how much I'd have to flip just to totally refresh, but I'm not going to do that. Again, bear with me, guys. Blade Blaster, in case we need it. Because not everybody has one here. Ram Rush. Cryus Cannon. Protect and Serve we've been using quite a bit. Maybe I'll get back all of my Gold Ranger. No, I won't get back all of it. What am I talking about? Do I need my Golden Guard? Probably 3. Yeah, we'll just do that. Okay. Sweet. I'm excited. We're going to fight my boy. I can't be Zedd. So the closest I can get is to fight Zedd. All right, gentlemen. Let's make the magic happen. So, flipping an action to initiate the battle. My lead ranger is going to be Jack. Because I think he's the one that I could most afford to lose. If Lord Zedd has stuff that goes after lead ranger, and I think he does. It's been a while since I fought him. Darkness Burst is fast. Inferno is guarding that. Aura of Doom is passive. While this card is in play, each time a ranger plays a card with an energy cost greater than 0, deal 2 damage to that ranger after the card resolves. That sucks. We're going to want to take that out as quick as we can. And Z Lightning is 12 damage divided among the ranges they choose. Why am I fighting Lord Zedd at 1 in the morning? Drinking coffee to stay awake. Why am I doing that? Why am I doing this to myself? I feel like I'm in the never-ending story. Falcor! Atreyu! I don't know why Falcor had that voice, but that's the voice I went with. Look, I don't know. I'm loopy. I'm delirious. I just don't even know. I'm morphing for no reason. I don't know. Okay. We got a Super and a Z Putty. And now Inferno is... Oh, wait. That's a guard. So never mind. Putty Pummel is guarded. Okay. Let's get our hand together. So I got a Cryos Hammer already. Saba Slash. Fainting Slash. Boy, I'm just really hoping... Yeah, I did not get a Flash Kick. Inspiring Presence. And I've only got 2 cards there left, so... Lightning Rod, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's do 1 more gold, 6. Inspiring Presence, and a Cryos Cannon. Okay. Not a terrible opening hand. Deal damage to each ranger equal to the number of cards in their hand. So, Jack's got 2. Let's go ahead and do Pyramidas. So add a defense to this card. Blade Blaster, we lose that, but nothing else. And then we're going to gain an energy. I got to put the initial 2 in the pool anyway. And then... And I'll look at comments again here in just a little bit, guys. And a damage to a card of my choice. Well, at this point, I'm thinking that's probably going to have to be Aura of Doom, right? I want to get rid of that as quick as I can, because I got to take 2 damage every time I throw something that costs more than nothing. What are we going to start with here? Well, Lightning Rod could kill Inferno if I have a good roll, and I spend extra energy. That's probably what it would take. I also have to take that out before I can even go after Aura of Doom, so I am going to have to kill that. I've got Saba Slash, which I can divide amongst targets. Let's see. What does White Tiger do again? Yeah, you get a 0 if you use a maneuver. Do I have a good 0 cost attack? I don't. I wish I did. That would be... This would be a good time to do that, but alas. I'm going to resolve... Well, do I want to wait? Do I want to wait? Deal damage to an already... Oh, yeah, it's got to resolve first. Okay, never mind. Never mind. I got to wait on that. And that's a mitigator. Okay. Just trying to keep track of all my stuff. All right, Lightning Rod. 1 energy. Throwing 2 dice at Inferno. 2 or 3. 2 or 3. 2 or 3. 1. That's not what you want. All right, so 1 plus 1 direct damage is, of course, 2. And then deal 1 damage to an enemy card of your choice is 3. We pay an energy per Power of Triforia to make that 4, but I couldn't get it to 5. Once it resolves, I can kill it immediately with Zeo Gold 4, but I'm still going to have to take some damage, unfortunately, and I just don't have a way to add anything right now, which sucks. I also have to take 2 damage because I played a card of cost 1 per Aura of Doom. So Ram Hyperzord, I'm going to mitigate that. And then, do I want to save that? Let me think, because I'm about to have to take 5 damage from each ranger, which really, really sucks. And I don't have any other mitigators. No, I'm going to wait on that. So I'm going to go ahead and... I lost a Gold Rush. But Golden Guard I don't lose. I actually could get killed right here. It's possible. Turn. If I can't take out that Z Lightning, I'm screwed. Inferno resolves 5 damage to each ranger. Ram Hyperzord will mitigate Gold Ranger. He loses 3. Oh, actually, that would have reduced that to 2, so Golden Power Staff goes on the bottom. So he doesn't take anything. Whew, that's good. Do I have any other way to mitigate damage? Okay, I lose Flash Kick. Actually, I'm going to put Cryos Hammer on top of Jack's deck per Steadfast. And Flash Kick. So Tommy is dead. That sucks. So I'm going to lose that. He's going to get refreshed. Now the question is, since we're in the middle of a battle, do I lose Tommy for the rest of this battle, or is he just... Since we don't go to the command center, I guess he stays with us and I can still draw from his deck. But if we ran out of energy, then I would just lose him and wouldn't be able to use his cards anymore. Okay, well that's good. I mean, at least you basically get a built-in power-up in the middle of a battle this way, which is the only way that happens at all in this game. Like, that's never been a thing before. And when you play attacks, you can draw. So I can still draw from his deck. Speaking of, since I played an attack earlier, I will draw from Gold Ranger, but not White, because that would be unfair, because I just did that. Okay. I got a Lightning Rod. That's good. Inferno, I'm going to kill with Zeozord 4, because you can exhaust it to deal damage to an already resolved enemy card equal to the number of hit tokens on it. Well, no, I think it would be better to do that to Aura of Doom right now, because I can just come back later and hit that for 1. Okay, so Aura of Doom, well, no, I don't want to do that because, no, I'll go ahead and use that to kill Inferno, because this is being guarded right now. So I gotta hit that for 5 somehow. I can try Lightning Rod again and hope I have better luck this time. Or I can keep taking 2 damage for throwing stuff that's more than 0 so that I can take out that Z Lightning. Because I really can't afford that 12 damage, and that's passive. That's probably what I'm going to have to do. That is what I'm going to have to do. Okay, Inspiring Presence. Why is that there? Inspiring Presence lets me gain an energy and play another card. Another ranger of my choice. So... do I want to do that? Never mind, I'm not going to do that right now. That's not the way to go. It's going to be Lightning Rod, okay? It's the answer to everything. Okay, so Lightning Rod. And I'm going to throw 2 dice at Z Lightning. And I hit it for 2. Good. So this is going to work. I hit that for 2. And then 1 direct damage is 3. Another direct damage per Gold Ranger power is 4, and then I discard. I get rid of an energy to resolve that again per power of Triforia. This card is complicated, and that's 5. So that kills Z Lightning. Yay. So much yay. I'm starting to wake up a little bit. And I have to take 2 damage for that, which I'll take from White Ranger, naturally. I haven't been able to use White Tiger at all. That is just not the best sword. I gotta be honest with you. Aura of Doom resolves, and now we're one ahead. So, the good news is we're gonna take out at least 3 of the 6 Zedd cards that we have to beat, probably. So that's nice. Rallying Light gets me another energy in the pool. Let me check comments real quick and just make sure that nobody's screaming at me, hey Cap, there's this thing that you didn't realize you're doing wrong, you idiot. People, oh, AMC Comics right now is just asking me more about video game stuff. Thanks for sticking around, AMC. It's good to, it's been a lot of fun chatting with you, man. I'm going to finish up Zedd here, and then I might engage you on that again. I'm a little delirious, so I don't know if I'm going to make any sense, but I shall try. Okay, Inspiring Presence, maybe. Saba Slash. I'm actually not totally sure what I want to do right now. Okay. Inspiring Presence gains an energy. This is what I started to do a minute ago. And then I'm going to play another Inspiring Presence. Wait, no, I can't do that because it has to be another Ranger. That's right. That's right, I can't do that. Okay. That is not a loophole. Saba Slash, however, I can play. I'm going to draw a White Ranger card because I'm playing an attack. And then I'm going to throw 5 dice at Aura of Doom. Well, wait. Divided among any number of targets. Okay, I'm going to say Aura of Doom and Darkness Burst, but I'm hoping I get enough that I just at least take out Aura of Doom. Here we go. 2, 4, 5, 6. Fantastic. So I'm just going to take that damage, put it on Darkness Burst, get rid of that. I actually might take out all 4 of Zedd's cards here. That would be pretty unusual. And then that was resolved already, right? And then this resolves. But do I have to take 2 damage because I killed it? Yeah, after the attack resolves. I'm actually not sure if I have to take that damage, because I'm not sure what attack resolving means. Just throwing the dice? Or like playing out the entire thing? I think I have to take it. Someone let me know if I'm wrong about that, because it'd be nice if I was, but I do think I have to take it. Okay, Guardian Armor goes to the bottom of my deck, so that's not even a big deal. And then I can go after Putty Pummel or Darkness Burst, and I do want to keep going after that card if I can. Yeah, let's do... wait a minute. I think I had to pay a reserve energy that I didn't pay. Okay. Cryoscannon. I have to use another reserve energy. 3 dice to Darkness Burst. Deals 1 damage to an enemy card adjacent if I beat it, but I can't with 3 dice. So, I mean, it's possible. It's just not likely. I'd have to get 3 doubles. It'd have to be a perfect roll. Not a perfect roll. I got it for 2 is all. And I take 3 damage. Going back to the Well of White Ranger. Let's just kill him again. Let's just kill him again. And then that drains 2 energy. So I should... I hate that I wasted some cards on that stuff, but I don't really want to lose 2 energy. So, just to be on the safe side, I'm going to play another Inspiring Presence, gain an energy. Actually, no, I have a better idea. Better idea. Guardian Armor. Gain 2 energy. Place this card on top of your deck instead of discarding it. This resolves, and I lose the 2 that I just gained, but no more. Killed 3 Zedd cards. Only have to fight them 1 more time. And I've got 4 action tokens left. Really good chance of getting through this. Really good chance here, guys. Yeah, AMC, there are still a few people watching, apparently, unless they just have the stream on and they're not paying attention to it, which is totally fair. Do you feel the last generation of game consoles... Oh, we talked about that part of it, but then he says, Arkham Knight and Spider-Man PS4 are great and all, but I don't feel like it's a substitute for one Arkham title per generation as opposed to the preceding 3. Thoughts? I mean, I don't want to have a quantity over quality mentality, but what you were saying there about... I didn't read out loud everything that you said there, but what you said there about having games that are more polished than they need to be, I think you're absolutely onto something there. I get intimidated by just how massive modern games are these days. They're just not made for me at my age with my situation with a family. Like, I've only got, so many hours in a week or a month that I can play video games. So when people complain, like, I had to pay $60 or $70 for a game that wasn't even 30 or 40 hours, I'm like, yeah, give me... I mean, I get why you're complaining about that, but I tend to avoid games that are too long and too involved because I'm not going to have time to get through it. Or if it's a thing that I really care about and I want to be massive, like an Arkham game, it's going to be the only thing I buy for probably a couple of years and put any time in. One thing I'm going to buy, like, brand new day one of that kind of thing. So, yeah, I'm totally with you on that. But at the same time, just, like, me personally, I don't know that I need also, like, a bunch of games in the same franchise, brand new, coming out all the time. Because I end up with the same problem. I just don't have time to play them. But I would be more likely to actually sit down and make the attempt if they were a little bit shorter. And... also, if so many video games didn't feel like they were also trying to tell, like, this big, giant, epic, spanning story. Because, like, that's cool, and I like that games have proven to me now that they can work as in a narrative medium. But, it's too much of a commitment for me, where, like, I feel like I can't just sit down and relax and play a video game. Now I've got to... let myself get, like, immersed and swept up in this world, and maybe it's, like, trying to be really thoughtful about some kind of social commentary or something, and there's just only so much of that my brain's got room for in a week when I'm also watching a lot of TV or movies or reading books or whatever it is. It becomes just too much for my mind to keep up with, and so I'll actually avoid games that are doing very much more than just being a fun thrill ride or something you can pick up for 20 minutes, because I'm not gonna remember what happened the last half hour I was able to put into a thing if I have to put it down for a month and come back to it. I keep trying to play through Ghosts of Tsushima, and I'll play it for 3 or 4 hours, and then some life stuff will happen, and then I'll get back to it 2 or 3 months later. I'm like, I don't remember anything that happened in this, and I feel like I'm lost. It's like not having a chance to rewatch a season after a season cliffhanger where you're waiting for 3 months, and then I don't even remember what happened. Like, I have that with Better Call Saul, where it's like, I really like that show, but I don't remember anything that happened in that, and so I have to go back and rewatch it before I can look at any of the new stuff. And I have that with video games, but that's not even, like, whole seasons of television. It's just a game. Alright, let's see if we can beat up Lord Zedd. Here we go. And then we'll mount his head on our mantle. It's the coolest thing ever. Okay, here we go. So he's got a discard pile of 3. Where have we heard that before? And it maybe wasn't smart to exhaust nearly all of my Zords already, but hopefully we can make it through. I don't want that passive to come up again. I don't remember if there's 2 of those or not. Alright, here comes Lord Zedd's cards. First of all, let's flip to initiate once again. Oh, you know what? I actually have to recover some first also. Lots and lots of recovering going on. Inspiring Presence, Lightning Rod. Maybe another Lightning Rod, or yeah, another Lightning Rod and another Inspiring Presence. That'll be good. That will be good. Let's focus on White Ranger because I like Saba Slash back. Flying Tiger, Fainting Slash. We're going to make it, guys. I think. Even if we lose now, we got to see the end of the game, and that's exciting. Here we go. Cruel Strike. Cruel Strike. I always do this even though it's the same card. Makes me laugh. Inferno is guarding that Cruel Strike, and Z Lightning. Okay, so Zedd's roughest cards came out in the first place, which is really, really helpful. He's only got 4s and 5s now, and we've only got to take 3 of them out. And then we have a Z Putty and a... Let's see, who's going to be the lead ranger this time? Let's make it Tommy. He's got more cards. And then let's put out the Super first. Putty Pummel. Overwhelm. I see a super chat. Go ahead and tackle that real quick. Oh, thanks again, Tom. $5 super chat. Anyone else get a set of Marvel Upper Deck cards in their Blu-ray copy of Guardians of the Galaxy 2? I just opened my copy for the first time just now. Oh, interesting. Which version of it was it? Was it like a deluxe exclusive thing, or is it just the regular Blu-ray copy? Because you know what, I do that all the time, where I buy, or at least I haven't been buying new superhero movies right when they come out as much lately. For this very reason, I just won't get to them for a long time. I pay full price, and then I'll start seeing them at stores for like $5 or $10, and I'm like, I don't know why I didn't just wait. So unless it's some kind of, you know, like steelbook or exclusive thing, or just like a special kind of copy, I'm nowhere I don't have to have it right away. It did make it easier to keep up, though, when I was buying them as they were coming out, because now I have to keep more track of what I'm missing. Let me see. Guardians Volume 2. Is mine still in the shrink wrap, or have I actually opened this? Let me double check and make sure this is the movie you're talking about. Let's see. Guardians of the Galaxy 2. Yeah, let's see if we got Upper Deck cards. Tons of... But you'd think that it would say on the box somewhere that you get that. Nope, mine does not have that. So you must have gotten some kind of special version. I just got the trimmed down boring one. Maybe yours was a 4K thing. Maybe it was a Target exclusive. I used to get the Target exclusives for a lot of things, but for whatever reason I missed this one. So yeah, pretty box though. Okay, we're just tackling all kinds of stuff tonight. Flash kick, baby. Give me a flash kick. Here we go. Flying Tiger. Oh, I just recovered. Let's see, I should have... No, I should have 3, shouldn't I? Because I recovered 2. Yeah. I think I'm not cheating. Okay. Fainting Slash. Okay, well, I mean, that's good, but I want my flash kick. Golden Power Staff. Yes. Lightning Rod. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's pull one more white, shall we? Still didn't get it. It sucks. And... yeah, one more white. Flash kick. Yes, finally. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, just making sure. Flash kick. 2 dice. I'm losing my dice. Hold on. That wasn't a roll. That doesn't count. All right, throwing 2 dice at Cruel Strike. And I got a perfect roll. I hit it for all... That's madness. I just took out the Cruel Strike with 2 dice. It's dead before I even get a turn. So it resolves because there is still fast on the board. But I took it out already. That's amazing. Well, that was exciting. This, honestly, I don't want to get cocky, but this should be pretty easy from now on. And I've still got 2 actions, which means I could use them for energy if I want to. I've only got to take two more of his cards out, so there's no way we have to go back in. This is spectacular. Let's see, Cruel Strike is guarded, though, that other one. So let's go after Inferno. Do I want to just start off with a Lightning Rod? I'm thinking so. So, Lightning Rod. 2 dice to Inferno. Hit it for 1, and then a 2nd direct damage, a 3rd direct damage, pay an energy for another one. Only needs 1 more now. Cruel Strike. 1 Ranger must discard the top 3 cards of their deck. That's going to be White Ranger. Nothing I can do about that. Which means we don't get to use Saba again. I'm sorry, Saba. I apologize. Sorry. Flying Tiger, maybe? Nothing's guarding that. Oh, it's a guard card anyway. Guards can't guard guards. Flying Tiger. What does that do again? Oh, no, I got a better idea. I'm going to draw a card from that attack we did earlier. So that gives me a Cryos Hammer. Let's use White Tiger Zord. And that's going to work because I'm going to play, before I did Flying Tiger, I'm going to play Guardian Armor. That is a maneuver. 2 energy in the pool. And actually 3 because of Rallying Light. Yes. And then we're going to tap White Tiger. Lets me play a card with an energy cost of 0 because I played a maneuver. That is the Flying Tiger, which we almost threw a minute ago. Kills that. Only needed 1 and I got it. And then I can spend an energy to allow another Ranger to immediately play a card with an energy cost of 0. Unfortunately, I didn't get one, so I can't do that. This resolves. Actually, playing that attack, I think I'm going to draw 1 more card. Inspiring, well, do I want to do Cryos, or do I want to do Golden Power Staff? I think I want Golden Power Staff, because the Z Lightning is going to resolve next, and that's 12 damage. Although, it's not going to fully kill us, even if we had to take it. Okay. Let's do it. Let's do Golden Power Staff. And we have a Lightning Rod in the discard pile. So we're going to be in good shape even if this roll sucks. Hopefully. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And 5 is all we needed. Zedd is dead. We don't... This is the proof. See, he's dead. I have his head. He's dead. And we don't even have to kill that Cruel Strike. So I can take the Gold Ranger ability from Lightning Rod per Golden Power Staff's ability there and deal a damage to Putty Pummel if I really want to, but now all we have to do is play this out because we're in good shape. So Putty Pummel, I mean, we can attack it if we really want to, just for funds, I suppose. I'll draw another card because I played that. So then, I don't know, Fainting Slash, 3 dice at Putty Pummel. Let's play this out real quick. Hit it for 1. Resolves, hits us for 3 damage. 1, 2, 3. And then another Fainting Slash. Did I get blanks when I threw that? That would go back in my hand if I did. It doesn't matter. We're pretty much done here. 3 more. Oh yeah, I did. I just saw it. So that actually would go back in my hand. And it got 3, so it didn't matter what this was anyway. So that's dead. Z Putty would go on the track. We'd get a Zord as we finish the game. And our last Zord, I'm just curious to know what it was going to be, is the Omega Yellow Zord. I've not played with the Omega Rangers yet, and I'm not going to get to even play with their Zord this time. But this one says, exhaust this card when any Ranger suffers damage. Reduce it by 2. Any Ranger may exhaust another Zord card to prevent that damage entirely. That's rad. That's actually a really cool Zord. I didn't know about that one. That's brand new. I haven't played with that yet. I thought about doing Omegas tonight, but I wanted to do stuff I was familiar with, and I wanted to play with stuff that was painted. Anyway, guys, we're done. I beat Zedd. I finished it. It's over. That was awesome. And about halfway through, I thought we were in real trouble, and that wasn't going to work out. It is 1:30 in the morning, but we got through it. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. And sorry about the bots that suddenly showed up in the comments there. AMC about what we were talking about a minute ago with video games. Yeah, that's totally understandable, Cap. I think that when a lot of franchises would put out yearly or bi-yearly releases, they were more digestible. Yeah, but sometimes they were also cranking them out for, you know, obviously the same reasons that we do so much DLC now, where it's just kind of money milking. So, like, sometimes those games weren't great, depending on the franchise we're talking about, and you would, you know, like, I mean, I don't know that Arkham Origins is a great example, but for a minute it looked like they were going to try to put one of those out every year. I've heard complaints about some of the kind of side Assassin's Creed games and stuff like that, where it's like, why don't you just take the extra 2 or 3 years and make a great game instead of, you know, pumping out stuff trying to get people's money when it's kind of mediocre and not as good as what we've had before. So, again, both of those things can happen, I think. But anyway, everybody, thanks a lot for watching. I hope you had fun. This was a really long stream, but boy, I had fun doing it. I just really scratched an itch. I've missed this, and you're at this for 3 hours, but we got through it. In my defense, we didn't only play this game. We talked about stuff. I reviewed a Lord Zedd head and everything. It was just absolutely epic. Thanks for watching, everybody, and I'm going to go ahead and go to bed. Maybe let this coffee settle some and then go to bed. And I will be back again in the not-too-distant future for more streaming and more fun. I'll be back at least by Tuesday. Dan and I and Austin are going to be, by request, reviewing Planet Hulk. So I got to finish reading that over the rest of this weekend. So I don't know if I'm going to stream again before then. I might do something short tomorrow, Monday. But anyway, thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you again, at least by Tuesday, and then new Captain Logan show on Thursday, and the next commentary for Video Game Mania is Friday, which is going to be on War Games, which I've never seen. So anyway, look forward to all of that, and thanks so much for spending some time with me. I'm Captain Logan, and the Lone Ranger, and I will see you again next time. Bye, everybody. We'll do this again real soon.